Hello, YouTube. We're back with more VoD reviews. This time, we got a special guest. We had to break out a Nunu and Dark Tech Jungle Enthusiast and Keel to join us. Keel, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Good. I did realize watching, I am just a Nunu and Fiddlesticks player. So
Yes.
kind of ironic, kind of full circle.
Yeah, unironically,
yeah.
helps out, and good to have a rep from one of the challenger teams that are in LCS. And I know that you're doing some coaching in the offseason, which is exciting. So glad to have you join us for this one. That said, thanks so much for tuning in to the Vance, guys. You guys enjoy the content. Subs help the channel out a lot. Likes, comments too. And follow me everywhere, CubbyXX. Also, we'll put Keel's info in the description. So make sure to give Keel a follow too. And excited to have him join us for this one. So let's dive on into the Game 1 draft. All right, Keel. Skarner first pick. And Skarner as a champ really feels like it's just been growing in priority. And it ends up being first picked here. But I mean, the response is quite good with the Seraphine. It was interesting, but I thought it was a unique flex and answer to the Skarner.
I think it's a good trade. I think Skarner's really OP too, but
Yeah.
I don't love the Xin, but I think you can play into Skarner. I think Fly's draft, their 3 melee champs are so tanky that they're not that concerned about getting Skarnered in a team fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like Fly's draft, especially since they're down to flex the Seraphine.
Yeah, I do too. It feels like once they get the Galio on 3, they're ahead for me. And
I
then
agree. I don't think you can pick the 1, 2, 3 of Genji if Galio is up.
No, I don't think so either. And the fact that they are technically sitting on a double flex, we know that the Galio is likely going top once Rumble shows. But the fact that Flyer is sitting on a double flex, I feel like did make the next phase kind of difficult for Genji. I do like the Amumu ban a lot from them. I was surprised they banned Casio because I feel like Rumble already was enough with the range to actually get out of it, but Chovy knows quad. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's still 4 I counted Ari's melee. She's kind of melee, and it's just a good lane for Cas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it ends up being nice because, the Xin gets pretty empowered by the comp of FlyQuest, so even if in isolation is just okay in this Skarner, I feel like with the comp, Zin's really happy this game.
I'm guessing the idea is you can just, actually tank, if you're getting Skarner ulted or, Leona goes on you, you can actually, live longer than, I don't know, Sejuani or Jarvan or something.
Yeah.
If you just need a front melee jungler. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen this be played in the Skarner a little bit, where you can fight the Skarner early.
Yeah.
But I really feel like quarterfinals was kind of ended up being run by Ashe. Ashe was really successful in this phase. I feel like a lot of teams just remember that Ashe was a thing, and she does warp a lot of games. This one for me was one where she really warped the game in favor of FlyQuest.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if you've been looking at runes a lot or anything. I don't have any opinions. But back half of the tournament gets pretty standard.
Canyons is good.
Okay.
Aftershock Grasp, the same thing. Everything else is standard / good.
Yeah, I'm surprised you went bone plating instead of conditioning, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Whatever. Double approach velocity bot lane with the Ashe. Let's go. We love abusing that point.
Approach velocity Alistar.
Yeah. Okay, so this game, I mean, I feel like FlyQuest, in a lot of these drafts, they did end up having some pretty poor level ones. This one is one where it's actually okay. I forget exactly how this swap played out.
Just a late invade into Whippo ended up just TPing and catching with Buzio, I think.
Oh, that's okay. This is right. Yeah, they ended up getting a little bit lucky on the timing here, but they saw the ward go down, they got around it, so it ends up being a really nice start here for FlyQuest. I know Blippo steals a baby wolf too.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah.
I started doing this too when lane swap first became a thing. If you can do wolves or raptors and then clear to the other side,
yeah,
you just go up +1 camp for free infinitely if you get the respawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you should always try to start one of the 2 camps in lane swap. I think it's good.
Yeah, I was in for it. And then we had the early walk, so Buzio leeches mid. I don't love the leeching of mid. I feel like mid you want to keep it in isolation. I've been preferring starting in 3 lanes, which I do think FlyQuest had the option to do, but given the invade was, I think, fine. Having Blippo start up here and then get 2. But you do
I don't really
just
know
put
the
your mid
logic.
laner
I guess
behind.
just Ali having level 2 is big for the dive.
Yes.
I'm guessing is the reason.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So yeah,
Because now, like, if Whippo TPs, they have double level 2. They're Alice Galio, like they're double aftershock.
yeah.
That must be the only reason. Because
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know why else he would.
Yeah. There's been like a lot of tournament meta with like top laners and supports leeching mid to get level 2. And I'd
Yeah.
prefer if you start in 3 lanes, but I think given the invade from Fly, this is okay.
So you mean like Galio would be bot lane too, or
Yeah.
just Alistar bot? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Galio would be bot. Because like just
I think
being
it
able
all
to
depends on
snag
the matchup.
melees, it does. Yeah, being able to snag melees is just big if you can snag that XP. Also, I was surprised that Keen went Comet. I didn't mention this earlier, but Comet into the Galio. We've mostly seen the Conqueror Rumble.
I think Comet is better.
Okay.
Just because of the page scales harder. Like
Yeah.
this was when I played with Zamudo on Wildcard. Like it was the same thing. Like he was playing Conqueror into melees, and like just having Gathering and Absolute like will give you more value than Conqueror, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, I think another really big thing that we've seen is that sometimes funneling ADs, your experience early with all the swaps going on, you can somewhat afford to leave the Doran's Blade ADs on their lonesome. In this case, we do see Pays get a wee bit more from the swap. And then we're shifting down here and playing defense. I mean, the props of FlyQuest, they froze this top lane. It made things, like, right here, it made things really hard for Keen. Because Keen ends up doing the cross-country mile, which is spotted to try and dive. But the freeze top, like, I feel like playing a dead lane here ends up being really nice for FlyQuest, because you can always control when you push for grubs here.
I think Whippo is just extremely confident he lives. Is all. Like
Yes.
he must be saying like I will never die. Like
Yeah.
at least with Zinzao. So
I mean, I 100%
if that's the
agree.
case, it's really good.
Yeah, I
think
100% agree. Because now they can, like, you see Masu shoving that lane back out, and they get the Rumble TP from this, which is nice.
I think it's just like an MSI when people were playing like Zac top, like just the same, like an undivable, crowd controlled lane swap champ.
Yeah, I've been really pro. Like, I'm really glad the Galio is a thing in this tournament. I think the Galio is in a really nice state right now. And it was funny because at MSI, it was actually rumored this champ was being played top because of the lane swaps.
Oh, okay.
And so now we're going to get like into Rumble where the matchup's actually good. And yeah, he's really good in these scenarios. So, I mean, the swap was really good for FlyQuest in the back half. I think because they force Keen to walk around a little bit, they have a big advantage on Blippo, who can't be moved in the 1v2. So Blippo's just ahead, which is really, really nice. And then we have to get funky with the swap from Gen G. Chovy just TP'd, but he's going to walk bot to go catch the wave. And they still get one of the grubs, which is really nice from them. So at least Gen G are able to play out their 3 lanes. I guess we didn't really like talk about the win cons for Gen G. I feel like Pays reset's really big, which is really tough to do in the FlyQuest comp, but if they set Pays behind, for me, that's probably the biggest win that FlyQuest can find early on.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
But also for Fly, like I think they're very happy with Ashe just being even. Like
Yes.
I think it's really good for Galio to actually have like somewhat early power, because he can just perma push and like contribute early.
Yeah, Galio's kit is so strong early. And I don't know. This champ for me is just like, he can be a really big problem champ in some of these drafts. So I have appreciated that a lot of teams have picked him up and played him effectively.
Do you know what, like, let me check even. What, like, when Knight played it mid, was he playing tank or AP?
Yeah, he was tank. They're going Hollow Radiance and Riftmaker. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we had Drake just taken off map prio. This is like the one wave where it's really good if FlyQuest gets it, because they got bought in and it was off reset for mid, so they just clean it up and they start. I really appreciated how FlyQuest, they approached a lot of the objectives and timings with just no fear, which sometimes can like really, like, I feel like teams, when we usually see like West versus East, we'll see them fuck this up quite a bit. FlyQuest did not play with fear, which is really advantageous for them in this one.
I agree.
Mm.
I think both team comps are fine right now, but I just think it's really hard for Genji to come back. Aside from like if Genji throws, I think it's a lot harder for them to come back. But
Yeah.
Fly can, just keep playing out fights.
Yeah, I mean, again, I did not like this Genji team comp because in this scenario, the Galio, especially when he gets a wee bit ahead early, he gets to win both sides. And scaling advantage was also in favor for FlyQuest, and it's not like they sacked a ton or like a lot of power and wave clear like anything else on the map. Like, I just felt like FlyQuest just had a much more well-rounded team comp than Genji, which was surprising. Okay, we're gonna get our first fight here. FlyQuest played this one really, really well. Good empowered
Yeah,
W
Boozy
here from
gonna save the
Quad.
game, I think.
Yeah, Busio clutches the fuck up here.
I, I think it's just Chovy's fault. I think it's like really
It is.
greedy. The
Yeah.
grubs are already like guaranteed, I think they should just like go on Ali, burn his ult, and then next rotation kill everyone.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
non-committally hit the Alistar, and like Fly can't really fight unless Genji goes in.
Yeah, I mean, Chovy played with no
Yeah.
respect here, and he got
Yeah.
blitzed for it. Nice empowered W from Quad. That was well timed. It did help Masu get out, but it makes the fight just way too easy for FlyQuest. Because as you said, the grubs were already kind of theirs. Canyon can only get one, and they just got a dip because his team just griefed. This is just too easy.
It's maybe Chovy really just like wanted to flash for flash Ali. I guess the only way to justify what he did. But he can still get Asher. I think it's not. I think it's just bad.
Yeah, I think it's just bad too. I'm kind of with your read just to go poke Busio, but also he doesn't have to make this play. He's on a control ward. He can wait.
Just hide, yeah.
Yeah, he can just hide. That's my. Oh wait, no, he's spotted by wave. Never mind.
Yeah, but he can just like pressure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he can still hide.
Spells
Yeah.
from range. Yeah.
I am down for Busio. I mean, he goes for Masu, which is so weird to me because like they both have flash up and Masu has a cleanse, and then of course the Busio reaction is just again it's just too easy a fight.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And that's really nice for FlyQuest to get a minor grub advantage. Because again, I do feel like their solos, whatever solo Galio's in, should be neutralizing or winning. Like, it's neutralizing at worst, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Whichever win they put him in.
And he can play as like live 1v2. Like
Yes.
that's the other thing with like the Skarner, like it's just tank and an unkillable Galio for 2v1.
Dude, I love the FlyQuest staff just smiling there, just like, oh my god, Chovy's trolling. They got.
Did you see Nukeduck was trying to keep it together though? He's trying to not smile and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chovy's trolling, guys. Yeah, I mean, like this was weird because it really felt like Genji, like off this Grubs fight, they really lost a lot of ways to play the game. Because they can't play through sides here. Their fight's gonna be behind.
They use their TPs too, so
yes.
I don't even know.
Oh, really nice ult from Quad. Yeah.
He's feeling desperate. I don't know.
Good ult from Quad. To throwing it behind him against Leona, and then.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting interaction. Okay, you just got it off. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Hens is doing. Yeah.
It looks like he's trying to wait. Skarner's just go first, and I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is he's gonna hex flash over this wall, and then we do see his R come out. Where I mean, it hits.
Oh, he just misses. I see.
Yeah.
He only slowed. I mean.
Yeah, he only gets the slow. But like regardless, he just gets cooked. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like from this state, FlyQuest had the game won. That was the most impressive thing about this game one for me, is that FlyQuest, like, they just Genji made, what, 1-2 mistakes, and FlyQuest just cooked him for the rest of the game. And they had the draft edge, but they really never let this lead up. It was really nice. Genji are not helping themselves here, but Yeah, Genji, we did not like the Genji draft. The Galio on 3 puts FlyQuest ahead for pretty much all draft.
Well, I just think they had to not fall behind, and now they did.
That too,
So now
yes.
I just don't know what they can do.
Yeah.
But I think prior to Chovy Instinct, they were like their game state was good.
It's
Good or
winnable.
fine.
Yeah, it's winnable. And one of the things that definitely becomes an issue later on for FlyQuest is going into the Rumble when they don't get the Galio. Rumble can always just make a lane +1 with Equalizer or catch a lane. So I feel like the way that LCK team has been using Rumble on a weak side has actually been really, really, really good in this tournament.
Yeah, and they're just dumb grubs too. So it's like you really want to make like a TP play here as Chovy, I think.
Yeah.
Or just like overload top side, but
Yeah, I'm kind of down with you over the like what you're saying with overloading top. I mean, it is dead at the moment, but props to FlyQuest. They do have really nice control over their top side. Because we were a little bit seesaw of the map where bot was favorable, and I really like the shift division that FlyQuest has here. Because on this deploy, like they completely just control top with, they make it really defensive, which is good. And then Busio just gets Chovy ult for free. And then they reset with Seraphine. And they
this is again?
Yeah, Genji actually
Before a bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wherever you want to be. And they just they were just based and walked mid.
No, I'm just thinking if Flash should do this.
I don't think they have to. I feel like we kind of lost our minds a little bit, and I think Blippo should start. Like if Blippo does Eid on Chovy, he gets probably Charm ult out of him. Or like Charm.
No, I don't think Blippo can. They just don't know. They can't like definitively know Leona Skarner. Like I think Blippo will just die if he commits in. And he gets charmed. Like, I kind of think they should just arrow if they want to burn Ariel and go back to Herald.
Okay.
It's okay, but
Oh, I'm down with you on that. By the way, I'm down with that. Yeah, I feel like starting with arrow.
It's just too committal, and they already have like full control. Also, they have to lose the top wave just to make the play.
Yeah.
And now,
it was
like, let's say this doesn't even go that bad.
Yeah.
Like they still will have no put. They'll lose all their vision immediately now that they just got. So I'm pretty sure they should just never leave like that pink ward on the left, and they should just place another pink on Herald and catch top.
I actually agree with you on this. I do agree with you on this. I feel like you just press
If they're gonna do
Ashar.
this, it's just an insta arrow or it's like an alley flash skill check combo. But I don't think that's good either.
I mean, even here, like Masu found the slow. Just take the R for R or R for flash.
Yeah, for sure. Because Ari and ult, I don't think Genji has any way to team fight this. To be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Ariel is just so OP.
But they really committed. And then Keen has a really, really nice TP and ult. Like the fact they got both flashes out of the carries here is really good from Genji.
Yeah, now they can suddenly win the game again, you know? When like it should have been genuinely no way to win.
Yeah. I agree.
Maybe nerves. Maybe nerves.
No, that's a good catch. Like one of the positives of Seraphine is that you can just top off your team. So I think the response from FlyQuest is good. They recover this well, but still. Because they at least go even with the lanes with Chovy gets top in, but Blippo gets bot in, and then they take mid outer for Herald, which is it's all caught by Genji, but FlyQuest catches everything too. Oh, actually, they got 2 turrets off this. A really nice recovery from FlyQuest, actually.
Yeah, can I see again?
Yeah, this is really nice from FlyQuest.
Yeah, from here, I guess.
Yeah. And Blippo does, he doesn't even TP. He just walks. The early walk from Blippo was really good. And then Keen's got to respawn, and he TP'd, so they get both. Really nice.
So yeah, I think Genji can either do what they did, or they could have just had Rumble push out top instead if they want to defend bot.
Yeah, because they could have sacked Chovy TP here.
Ooh. Yeah, but if they want to save TP to like punish the flashes, like I think that's probably higher value.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what they just want to make a play with their Herald,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rather than just like defending, because their comp kind of needs to make either on this next Dragon timing they need to either make a Herald play or like TP flank, make a good fight happen.
Yeah, they've got to do something or else they get outscaled by the Galio Seraphine.
They just have to keep playing like for resets, for angles. So like double reset comp and a bunch of crowd control.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I guess we never really talked about it. I was surprised to see Jinx here. Because again, Galio, Seraphine, and Ash's inward showing, I just don't know how you get resets here as Jinx. And that's like Seraphine's support, which it
I
wasn't.
don't know the logic either, but
Yeah.
like I'm a Jinx lover, but
Yeah.
it's like kind of mid, yeah. Just like
Inspired's ult was really good here. I mean, he holds it for maybe like arguably a little bit too long, but
can I see the start again? Yeah.
yeah. So like what's is there
Yeah, from
setup?
here.
Yeah. So Chovy fixed the wave and then TP'd. I mean, the fight early on for FlyQuest was just really good. Really like
Wow.
Blippo's flash too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah, Blippo like just 1v9 the fight with that.
Can I see one more time from the start? I'm not
Yeah.
convinced Inspired should actually follow Buzio. Like, this Leona should be poked, but
Oh, you
Inspired
don't
just
think
needs ult
Inspired should go
early.
in?
If he
Yeah.
gets his ult off before the
He doesn't
ult, it's
get
really good.
perma-chunked.
Yeah, it's not worth his condition.
Yeah, I think
they need to make time
once
for Bwipo more if they're
once
doing
Chovy
this.
dashes, he should just R.
Yeah. Yeah, like he should pretty much ER and
Yeah.
assume that if he's gonna go over the wall, they're gonna all go on him.
Yeah. The
It's like the only
Seraphine,
way to make the play worth.
the quad and the
I
quad Masu do really good work in
was
this
gonna say
fight.
like when Buzio goes over the wall, he can just press R at any point.
It's
You know,
fine,
like
yeah.
Buzio's fine, and then his carries will just like poke Leona.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I really like to
I mean it's
Buzio
really
play
hard.
this fight too.
Yeah,
Cause
I think what Buzio did is good. I think the
yeah,
combo is really good, and he will get guaranteed like half health on Leona.
yeah. I mean he dips
matter
out
what.
of he like dips out of the fight here too while his cooldowns are down, so he doesn't sack his health bar for free. And then he
Yeah.
ults out a Jinx trap and then follows up with Blippo. It's really good. Yeah. Really nice. Like, I mean, I really like Blippo's flash here. It puts Genji in a terrible spot. He gets both sums out of pays, which is really big. Inspired's flash is also really clutch. Because this is really good try by pays actually. Yeah. I mean, Blippo goes down, but I'll 100% trade
Yeah,
my
Genji played it pretty
Galio.
well though.
Yeah, they played out okay, but I will
Like the best they
100%.
could is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll 100% trade my Galio for taking both sums out of Jinx, and you still get
Yeah.
objective.
Worth.
Yeah. So I do feel like I'm with you on Inspired pressing R earlier. If he does choose to fall, I think that's a good pickup. But the quad Moss positioning was really good. I also forgot that Ash those. You know how you go Rylai's on Seraphine?
Oh, the combo. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need Rylai's when you have Ash, which is pretty crazy actually. And again, like the value here from quad is really good. I think the only bummer
Oh, man.
that I can think about is that Pay's cleansed here and Blippo goes immediately. Like, if Blippo played this a little bit slower, maybe they're able to get a full taunt.
Recently cleansed.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
agree,
they get a
actually.
full taunt. Yeah.
Because then if Jinx flashed out of his W, Bwipo could have just E'd onto Rumble
Yeah.
instead of like going for the E to burn Jinx flash.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's still
Okay.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Level up Abusio since Hunter Next is insane. Yeah, I mean, this kid's good.
I wanted to ask you about that, yeah.
I don't
Just
know,
because you're
man.
like the known Buzio supporter, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my logic with him is that like he always just very clearly had the hands, and so it's like, are you just gonna bet on the human getting there? And I don't know. The answer for me was just always yes. So, I obviously like we're privileged in the sense that we know these guys better than the average fan, and I don't know. I feel like from knowing Busio, like his stock goes up a lot for me. Like if I didn't know him, I wouldn't think nearly as highly of him as I do. Which is compliment to him.
Agree.
Yeah. Because, like, he did not play well at MSI. Like, he has had some grief moments. But, again, I think at support, like, you just got to give these guys time. They're like jungle, too. And you play jungle a lot. Like, experience matters so much in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, like,
I agree. I
when
think
you
it was
fuck
really
up, you
obvious
die.
he was always going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, like, he was, like, his hands are just very gifted.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's just mechanics and, like, just being an independent thinker.
Yes.
Like, in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, but, like, he's
Like, he
he's just
has
a
an
normal guy,
opinion.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice arrow here from Masu.
Yeah.
Genji, for me, the setup was weird from them.
Yeah, let me think about this more.
like Canyon, like so they have bot here, right? And then they drop it. I mean, they kind of have to on this wave. Oh, it's the Blippo TP.
Oh,
That's
from
why.
Gen G perspective, you mean?
Uh,
Okay, let me think.
yeah. I mean, Rumble doesn't. Like Rumble plays this out, and he's got to fix the next wave that Galio gets in because he resets, right? And then Blippo just finds this insane angle. Like they only
If
played. They
if
only
Gen G want to
played.
fight, Keen should not go bot wave, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. I'm 100% with you.
He should just skip and come right now, or Whipple will always do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Really like the plan of
This
his.
is like a game losing, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, this is like
Keen
so
has to mark
uncharacteristic of
Galio.
Gen G.
Yeah. Like the fact they just completely drop vision on this part of the map is crazy.
I actually don't even know what they're thinking. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
they just think they're fine
I
somehow.
mean,
But
yeah, insane look from Blippo. Blippo was 1v9
even
this
inspiring and
game.
just like flash in. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. He did. He did.
Yeah. Really well played by Blippo. Good peel from like onto Pays. I mean it, but like the fight's already over. Like this Rumble ult is really good. It just does not matter because Pays can't auto.
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing it in the Seraphine who thematically counters you. That's the one thing I actually really like from FlyQuest is that they're really really quick to pick thematic counters. Or like, and also Genji just like didn't respect them. I feel like a lot of the champs that they play that they make look strong, like Cassio, Seraphine, Ivern, and these champs have really strong thematic identities that kind of help you just building out drafts, right? And if you don't respect it, you can kind of get screwed.
Yeah, like, well, it's just they one-two'd Seraphine, and then I think you should only play Ari or Rumble.
Yes.
And you'll be okay.
You should not. Yeah, you should not play Rumble in
and
the
then
Seraphine.
you should hold. Like, realistically, you should just take ADC plus, like, mid or top there, or
Yeah.
ADC plus support.
Yeah, I agree with the no Rumble too with Galio being up. Yeah, like the fact that you have Seraphine and you can threaten Galio, which is also a good combo in itself too. And the treads value goes a little bit up, but that's fine.
Well, they're just showing their whole like hand, like because every balling combo you can pick will not change the face of the comp. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The
Oh, Kenya's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
This is good then. I like this.
No, I mean the FlyQuest play this game out really well. I really love Bucio's combo too.
The combo's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. He at least gets Chovy flash for it, and he gets on the Pays. So I mean, he just sacks himself for the Baron, and it's fine. He took a really valuable.
Let me see again.
Too.
To be fair, he probably just shouldn't combo at all, but like
probably
unless
not.
they're actually gonna go.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like
Yeah, he's way too far in.
Yeah, he should probably just like AFK and recall for Dragon, but it's fine.
I mean, if Pays flashed there, it's Omega worth, I will say. But Pays did not flash. So probably not worth. Yeah.
Because they had guaranteed soul, and now with Buzio dead, like they kind of can't contest at all.
I don't think they get it either way because there was no fight.
They should.
Yeah.
Well, okay, just go back to before they even pull Nash then.
I don't think they get Drake on this timer.
More. No, but they could choose to if they wanted to.
Yeah, they could.
They could
but I'm down for the Baron. Yeah. They could drop Baron. I'm down for this.
If one person dies, the Baron value goes down like a lot. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they just need to be on the same page more. If they're gonna make the call to go Baron, it's just like I'm not saying whether it's better or worse because I think it's probably better, but you just can't fuck it up. Like it's easier to fuck up. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean they do not even have to take. I mean, Bucio at least kind of threatens the Genji carries back. But yeah, they don't even need to do this. Yeah, Bucio could like wait for Genji to fully commit all the way in and go.
Yeah, just sit on the blast cone, don't move.
Yeah.
Cause just you can speed up back up because aside from the dragon, it's like now Fly don't have any vision either. Like now Buzio has to come back and now they have to like, okay, we're gonna go take bot side. Now the camps are gone.
This was really good from Fly actually. They just like took Choviar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they because the Galio TP, they actually tried to play their Baron kind of fast. They're gonna drop top for it, but they always play hard in the bot. Yeah. I mean, I guess the post Baron, it was Genji ended up knocking down all 3 otters, which was good.
It's really it's really good for Genji, like circumstantially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they have Fly have no midwave too, so they have no choice but to just base and go top here.
Yep.
So
I mean,
they
I'm
kind of just hand was forced, yeah.
yeah, I'm okay with this though. Like, I mean, they are just gonna end up getting 2 inners once the like from this play,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not the worst thing in the world. And they did miss, like, they have gotten their flashes up now on carries, from all this, so that is a
Yep.
really nice perk from the Baron. Yeah, they didn't give up too much. All right. I mean, still 3k gold lead with the comp that we like. Definitely scales. The Moonstone on Seraphine I thought was really good this game too. Just let Ashe do the damage. And like the only lose con is what, dying the Jinx. And everyone on FlyQuest is equipped to not die to Jinx at this point.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
They even have like Alistar healing plus Locket plus
Yep.
Galio ult. Like
Yep.
it's really hard to mess up.
Randuin's for Inspired is really, really good this
Yeah.
game. Yeah. Just good understanding of like, this is the only way we lose pretty much. Yeah, I'm really interested. Like, I feel like at least from this series, FlyQuest forced Gen G to show a bit of their hand. Like, T1 got a lot of info out of this series for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
I honestly think T1 are like maybe even favored kind of
yeah, I mean, they're
after
playing better
today.
than Gen G. Like, their early games,
Yeah.
T1's early game has been ballistically good. Really good angle here from Busio. They have a T. So Chovy goes to get clear out of control ward, and FlyQuest were in this beforehand, so they're still playing on their vision, which is just on the right side. And then Bwipo's TP is good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he has a really good angle too.
Yeah, and Busio taking this.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they end up burning I think 1R too many because they burned Seraphine and Ashar, but it's still a really good opener for FlyQuest. Just like taking RER is important in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is all fun. Any stagnant game state like better for the Seraphine team too. So this is all good. I was surprised they pulled this on the left side. I thought that with where they're positioned, they would pull this deeper in.
It's
But
hard to
I
say
guess they want
because
to
of
fight here.
the vision toggle, but
Yeah.
they should probably just fight onto Canyon or like just front back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long as Ashe
Like
is
Ash volley,
safe.
W auto.
Yeah.
He has cleanse flash. I think he could play more up.
Mm-hmm. I did
Like
really
not
like
worry about
Keen's
dragging as
ult.
much.
Yeah, I really like Keen's
Yeah.
ult here. It was really good.
Yeah, because
But they end up, the Zanyas from Bwipo
it's
was also
essentially a
really
flip.
good.
I'm pretty sure Canyon could have flipped this if he wanted.
Yeah, he played for Bwipo, and he burns R, and Bwipo Zanyas, which is really big.
Do you
Then he
know
doesn't get in.
the thing where Skarner can ult the jungler and then they can't smite because it's a
Yeah.
suppression?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
Bwipo,
could try. I mean,
Bwipo's
they would
trying
lose
to
the
keep
fight
him
if he
out.
went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
I
at
mean,
least
I see the
appreciate that.
vision.
Even
I do
Busio's
think
holding his
that
shit.
no, but like go back one time. On this pink word Buzio's on, he should just hold the banana bush and combo Canyon, in my opinion. And they should just like half out Canyon
Yeah.
and then kite.
I think he's like kind of holding though, because he doesn't want to commit himself. Like, I like the fact that he's holding his shit here. He ends up Wing onto a trap, which sucks, but he does get the E on the canyon.
If his carries had no sums, I'd agree. But I think with Ash sums,
You just
he
go.
shouldn't have to peel. Yeah,
Okay.
he should just hit front and then next combo he can save his team.
Yeah.
But there's no threat on. Yeah.
I mean, it ends up being good because like
He's like zoning them from Dragon, you know. But
yeah, I mean, all this ends up being good because I did really like Keen's ultimate, but Bwipo kept him out from following. So I do think if Busio combos here, I don't like his carries would just have to proactively burn flash, which would put him in kind of a weird spot. Because they'd have to like flash over
they
equalizer.
are just playing
to
to finish Drake, right? Which
yeah.
I think is
The canyon can't
okay.
threaten. It's fine.
Okay, I guess they have a lot of CC at least.
Yeah, Busio was holding headbutt until he gets hit by the trap here. So like Canyon could never get in by that logic. And then Genji splits and they get ran down. Good flash forward by Boppo. And I mean, that's just game.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, really good game one. Oh. All right. Well, that was fun. I really do like. I mean, I'm really surprised they took Rumble into Seraphine. I think that's like the one thing looking back. The Rumble
I
plus Ari
agree.
and then the Jinx. They just didn't respect thematically what Rumble can do or can't do into Seraphine. Anyway, game 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So we changes in drafts. We have Nocturne banned instead of
I
Ezreal.
don't know why we ban Nocturne. They must literally not know
Yeah.
what to ban, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think part of it was that they knew that Ashe was going to be B1'd. Because the last time they banned Ezreal, and they definitely wanted that handshake. I feel like they expected Genji to B1 Ashe.
I just think they should have banned Nidalee or like Jax, for
I
example,
agree.
or
I'd rather ban
Renekton
Jax.
even. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Jax is such a problem. Especially if you are a team that does like to Renekton, which FlyQuest is.
I was thinking so hard about like what Inspired should play because Nunu's okay here. I think Nunu. I'll preface this. I think Nunu is like really like Z tier. I think like if I had been playing Inspired's build all season, I would have been picking him way more.
Okay.
Like I just didn't know what to build on Nunu. But I think his build is super good. I think Nunu is super good, but it's not the easiest Nunu game.
Yeah.
And I didn't really watch too in depth this game, so I'm curious what went wrong. But
Yeah. I mean, this game gets out of control early. It ended up for me not being the best Nunu game. But I feel like the Cassidy pick for me was really interesting because like one of the big perks of Nunu is that you always have mid timers, but not against Cassidy.
like gank timings, you mean? Or?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You like there are so many champs mid where you just get the perma pressure, and then Cassidy comes in, and once he gets 6, you just do not get the pressure him. And I don't know. I feel like the answer for me, like with Gen G, is they see that FlyQuest are always gonna like pick or play scaling, and they just take 2 absolute Thanos scalers in top and mid, and FlyQuest
Yeah.
just cannot match for, like off the bat, right? And then we have the rest of the comp is just the bridge to get there.
I just need to see how bad the Cassidy lane is for him, because if he's like relatively healthy, I think Gen G probably is win 2v2 as well.
Yeah,
Like early on.
they might have fucked up
Yeah.
the dive. So
Yeah. I saw a screenshot of a dive occurring. Yeah.
I like the
Inspired
Nidalee
zooms are like
setup.
completely perfect too.
Yeah, you like the Nunu
Approved.
setup? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like any other notes on runes.
Joey has alacrity.
Yeah, Chovy took attack speed, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this swap goes poorly for FlyQuest, and Whippo is just behind for the entire game because of it. And something I've talked about a lot in this stream is that how I do feel strongly about being able to start in 3 lanes as a swap. And Genji do that with Jax, which is one of the champions that you can do it. So this is
Yeah,
where like
agreed.
Cassante versus Renekton. Cassante has a lot more value in the swap meta because Cassante you can start in the lane. Whereas I think the setup that FlyQuest is making here with having Renekton share XP is actually required. Which is tricky, but yeah. Anyway. Inspire doing your tech where he starts on this side. He's not going to get the small ones, but at least he gets the big guy. This Canyon started them. So, again, he's going to try and be +1 in this matchup because he stole 1 camp from the weak side. So, yeah. I mean, this is where like things for me just start going south because if Busio does leech 2 and then goes, like during this entire time, I mean, Keen just gets to be himself. And this dive, like the wave got in, they did not pull off the dive.
Which you mean FlyQuest? Like,
yeah. Because now, like, Keen gets solo
do you
XP.
think they intended to? I don't even think they ever intended to.
No,
honestly.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
They don't
Okay.
with their support movements, but I think strategically for me, Gen G, like this suits them better. Because like Ezreal being ahead is fine. But Ashe is always going to be relevant, just given her kit. And getting Jax ahead of the Renekton and flipping that side end matchup is big. Because for me, Renekton's actually really good in Kassadin games. Like, Renekton does scale in the Kassadin comps. Because like for me, Renekton always scales on the
Yeah, like
amount
in
of
team fights,
melees.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the amount of melees the enemy team has is like kind of the barometer for how hard Renekton can scale in a game, right? If you're up against melees, that guy's always going to be useful and just be a monster in team fights. If not, it's hard. This game, like having the point and click stone against the Kassadin is insanely valuable. But against Jax, like Jax getting an elongated period of solo XP here is big. And then this dive comes in. Whip was forced to E out. Really nice angle from Canyon. I thought Busio played this one out about as well as he could. Besides maybe being able to find the hens, but the hens has flash, so like stopping the DPS is actually
I
quite
don't
good.
really. Yeah, I actually don't know. I think
Yeah.
I agree. Not much you can do.
You can't compare scaling that way. If a champ's kit completely scales off the way it interacts with the team, then absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Renekton gets more benefit from hitting people. If they have less range, that's good for Renekton. I mean, D Shield's second win just ends up going overtime here. And again, that dive's so big because like this wave ended up getting frozen by Keen, which I don't exactly know how this happened, but it's really bad. The way that like Masu didn't play this one all the way in. You can see Keen pull the wave here. He pulls this wave. It's 5. So now Blippo gets like Omega starved.
I don't. Oh man, I don't understand why fly path top if they're gonna have Renekton CP bot either.
Yeah, I
Do you know
agree.
what I mean? Like Inspired is just there, like he's just
They
off the
can't
map
dive
fully.
Jax. They just can't dive
They
Jax.
they
Yeah.
should just start late invading. Like Nunu can
Yeah.
just start like Q smite, like true damage, like secure. They could have done more creative stuff. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh,
And then
yeah.
Busio's Sumless. Chovy ends up having bone plating. And Busio starts to dive. Quads out of mana. They don't get him.
Oh.
And Canyon's there. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this happens, which again, really, really smart from Genji. This is what you can do with Ashe. Like, Ashe's early game is so good. I also really like the swap that Genji has here because Keen is freezing this lane. And they keep the swap going. And they feed Ashe a giant wave.
The only other things I think is like Fly could have maybe just had Masu laning mid a lot of this time.
Ooh.
Into
the
because I'm
Kassadin?
pretty sure Orianna versus Jax is like a lot harder for Jax to deal with than Ezreal.
It is.
Like in 1v1.
Yeah, Ez is harder for cast too. That's actually really interesting.
And then here, I think ideally Quad just TP's top now. Maybe.
Yeah.
And Blippo runs mid. But it's kind of too late.
Yeah, I mean, putting Quad in the long lane would be tough. Blippo doesn't have
they would just
TP, but
swap
him
back
being
after
able to
Grubs.
walk. Yeah. That's I actually I do like your idea though of putting Ezreal in the Kassadin. I think that's something that like again
either level 1 or after the 3-wave top. Yeah, either or I think.
Again, like so in this meta,
I guess from level 1.
I'm very pro swapping proactively if you are the team where your AD scales with levels. Like levels are really big for Kai'Sa and Ezreal. And something that I feel like TL was doing really well with their Kaisas is that they'd always just isolate Yawn and have him be able to play with D-Blade. Because you're really strong early as D-Blade Kai'Sa, right? And same with D-Blade Ashe. Like, you are really strong. But again, if you're able to put Ezreal in a solo lane, Ezreal does scale very hard off levels, right? Like, a lot of your damage comes from your abilities. So I think that FlyQuest, like, the swap and the idea to feed Ezreal early, I don't mind. But it did end up really cooking them. Because Blippo just, I mean, he gets Omega Star from this. Yeah, like then breaking out in the standard lanes, like Masu is up a level, but you're into Ashe, so it just doesn't really matter. So like for me, this is just like more the strength of Ashe. Your ability to free up and play solo lanes, yeah.
Oh, no.
This is where the game ends.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is where the game ends.
Yeah, Kassadin Q just canceled. He, yeah.
I feel like Inspired might have been able to sneak in one more auto.
He should have just not. He should have just watched. So W, E, one
Auto
time
Q. Oh,
R
you want
right
R
now while
now?
he's getting Ori ulted. Yeah. Because
Oh,
the
would have
Oriole,
charged it longer.
like this CC, yeah, he'd get like a 0.75 charge or something. It would kill, I think.
That's a good read. I think he could have squeezed in an auto here. And would have killed too.
Where I think if he autos, he can't ult is the thing.
No,
So he should either
when
ult
it
right now or
when he gets yoinked back in here, he just queues. He didn't auto. Like if he auto queues, they get him.
Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't even ult now.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then he should just ult at the end for like the shield, to like
Yes.
try and live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, well played. But that's pretty much game.
man, they didn't even have to do that. It's so sad. Close.
Yeah.
Nunu was doing good. Up until then.
Yeah. It was a fun game for Nunu until then.
He was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. A lot of this game is just a lane swap. I don't really understand what their plan was. Because to me, if Nunu's piling top, they should try to just 4v0 it.
Yeah. A lot of the game was the swap. Because like Jax being up a level versus Ezreal being up a level is just not the same in this game, you know?
Yeah.
Like you won Jax. And this is why I think Ashe is so OP right now. I think you just have so many swap options with Ashe. What were you gonna say beforehand with the?
The only other thing I could even think is like maybe like the Bwipo Buzio getting dove was like somehow their like mechanical error. Like I don't know if Bwipo could have had more HP or something.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then like okay, but if it's really not easy, like maybe he got hooked or something, but otherwise, I think it's like a planning error, like level 1 stuff.
Yeah, I think it's planning error
not
too.
Draft, just their plan.
Yeah, this for me is like, I mean, Ashe for me is just a bullshit champion. Like this champ is really strong.
Yeah.
And really game warping. But in this meta, I just think this champion is such a problem because if you pick Ashe, you get what you usually have more level 1 options and strats, right? Ezreal is like one of the few champs that can actually kind of match the power level 1. It doesn't matter if you're down in XP. Also, if you just so happen to go 1v1 into a melee top laner, you can cook them. So like you in a way have options to play swaps in both ways where it's funneling your AD or funneling your solo laners, and then she enables your solo laners just so much by just simply existing in the game. Like both comps for me, I don't think function without Ashe in these first 2 games. This ended up being really...
I think these need something similar, like MF or something, but it's just worse,
Yeah.
Like I still think Ashe is the best.
Yeah. Ends up being really well played by Bwipo.
Kenny tried to smite Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see again.
Oh, yeah, he queued and then threw
he spawned a grub,
minion.
I think, off his smite. Or wait, no, that doesn't make sense. No, he just failed it. He just failed it. He queued the minion.
Yeah.
That actually would have hit.
Yeah. I don't know about the second
To be
creep.
fair, Kenny could just jump on him, I think, right now. He doesn't even need the spear.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, but...
WE auto Q probably kills.
I never see Kenny miss those, honestly.
Yeah. And then red buff, he still has aggro, so...
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, it
so
was
huge.
really big.
Because it's kind of free dragon now.
And it's definitely an oopsie from Genji. Exhibit A, why we favor T1, yeah. I don't know. I feel like T1 versus Genji could easily be the true final. Genji have to play better than they did today, but...
I'm rooting for Weibo.
Yeah, Weibo's a fun team.
I'm rooting for them.
I really, really liked Weibo's drafts in their series. Ashe Maokai abuse, man. They played very LCK and it worked. It was pretty big.
Yeah.
This is a really nice CC chain.
Can you rewind?
Yeah. And this is all the hens. The hens did have a really, really nice game here.
No, but I don't why is Nunu top here? Can it go back to when Bwipo 1v2'd maybe? Let me think about this more. Yeah.
Yeah, he just cleared out his bot side camps. I'd say after that play, like they know that their turn isn't going to be on dragon, so they have to play elsewhere. Because Blippo plays the
Well, it's okay.
wave
Blippo
in.
got the extra wave.
Yeah,
So if Blippo's gonna go bot here, to me the only options are like Orion is gonna TP cover, or Renekton is gonna run top right now and we're gonna trade. But they're down 6 grubs, so they don't want to trade, right?
yeah,
So I think Inspired just misread this personally.
yeah.
Because now they're like panic TPing even because they know they messed up. I think Inspired, if Renekton's gonna go bottom, Inspired must be here. And if Renekton's gonna go mid or top, then Inspired can go top and they try and trade turrets. But
Yeah, fortunately he is Nunes, so he can get here. Also, Quad misplayed
yeah,
this one. Like I think
well,
Quad
Quad and
needs
Bwipo hard
to.
misplayed too. Yeah,
I think
like
Quad
can I
needs
see
to R
again Bwipo
flash,
dying?
and Blippo just gets
He just gets
locked.
hooked out of the bush, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he must wait for Buzio. Like this is giga greedy.
yeah. He
Like
also
be,
should
be
walk all the
okay
way
to
in the
give
wall.
turret and have a good dragon fight.
Yeah, I
I think
also
is
should hug the wall on this walk if he is scared.
yeah,
He's not hugging wall.
yeah, true.
Yeah. Nice CC chain from Genji. My other thing about this fight is that I think the Quad needs to R flash when he wins.
Like a sombrero.
Yes, ball
I
on
see the
you, R
angle.
flash.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when he Qs, it frees and then he flashes, it frees pays up to play the fight the way he did, which is good. But I think if
Yeah,
he
I think you're
opens
right.
with R
Especially with
flash,
phase
yeah.
rush, I think he'd be chilling. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he should. I think he should. And then maybe Nunu would kill Ash. Honestly, it'd be really
Yeah,
close.
I'm not even mad about the whiffed R, by the way, because they want this play, and this is just the best chance he has. He should have positioned better here, but if he's hugging
Yeah,
wall, then
I agree.
it's hard. Like if he stays hugging wall, then he does hit this, and he's a beast for it. But I think R flash just guarantees it.
Yeah, but now like see like we're just giving 6 grubs
Yeah,
to
their map's on
Kassadin.
fire. Their map's just a
Yeah,
mega on fire.
yeah. Man, it really sucks to give grubs to these types of comps too.
Yeah,
Like Genji have the closest to a 1-3-1 comp I've seen in like years.
yeah. That has been a big evolution of the tournament though for me. Is the priority on sides, like Nocturne being a thing, Ari getting a lot more play, like Gnar Jax being the top meta. Like sides actually do matter in this meta and have mattered more as the tournaments evolved, which I find really interesting. Like for me, a lot of the press R comps are getting beat out by comps that have better sides, which has been again
Okay,
another interesting
what is an
evolution.
example of like a press R comp?
We're seeing MF reemerge
Like
a little
anything?
bit in the
Uh-huh.
meta, and
Like you mean like team fighting comps or just like
yeah,
super group?
it's
Okay,
it's
okay.
like Rumble Rel, MF, Yone, Sedge. Like that's a
Yeah,
comp we've
true.
seen a couple
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
and like these
Okay.
comps are just running out of gas in some of these games because like the swaps just guarantee that you get to fight in a mid game scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So like having the standard lanes as like MF Rumble comp into like standard rotation in the first grubs, it's just not as good / harder to pull
Oh
off.
no.
Yeah, these redemptions have not been good. The redemptions were not good this game from Inspired. Like this redemption is just not position well at all.
He's just a little noobish on the noon. He
Yeah,
should just like hit the snowball and insta run.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
the game just ends.
I see why he was being called Kesha. Yeah.
Inspired did not have the best new to game XD. Yeah, true.
Okay.
Good locket from Lehens. Lehens played this fight really well. Lehens had a really nice game. I am big Lehens fan. This guy is a baller.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. And yeah, there's just nothing Blippo can do. Like again, Renekton for
Ooh.
me, if Renekton's actually funneled, he can break the sides and like really buy time for the FlyQuest comp, but Renekton falling behind was just so tragic this game.
Like,
It-
excuse my new. All he has to do is snowball, E smite, and he gets phase rush,
Yep.
and he can just walk it off.
Yep.
Never ever Q there
Yep.
as Nunu. I still think we're gonna see some Asian jungler play Nunu before this tournament ends.
This champion is like legitimately really good right now.
Well, also like it is like the hardest counter to Nocturne in the game. Like,
Oh yeah.
well, if I just thought about it, like you don't even have to see like your ult covers the whole screen, and you just like sit on your carries that Nocturne has to dive and press Redemption, press R,
Yeah, that is true.
and then you can just always run away, like 1v1 because of phase rush.
Yeah.
So, like you're never in danger of dying. Quite good. Yeah, well, I don't even know what they can do anymore.
Yeah. No, I mean the game, like both sides are completely unplayable for FlyQuest in both
Flip a Baron
matchups.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean this ended up being really good. The way that Masu is able to catch this hook.
I think he's baiting, yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, Inspired still gets melted, but at least he buys some space. And then Blippo's TP is good here. Like they have to go for shit like this.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, Busio plays the fight out really nice too.
My biggest takeaway from this game is that Fly's bot lane still look really, really good.
Yeah, the
Like,
Fly's
I
bot
don't
lane
think
played
any of
really
this is
well.
their fault.
Yeah. I think it was just more like, for me, it was prep and strat diff. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad base. But again, like against the Jax Cassin at this point of the game, I mean, this is just what can happen. This is weird for me from Genji. Like, he's trying to play this wave. He doesn't have to play this at all. Like, they're off reset. He's got nothing. He can just catch this. So, that I mean, this is, like, for me, definitely very greedy. It's like, they feel like they're up 7k gold.
Yep.
It's a good play from FlyQuest.
Oh man, if I was thinking about just running right to Baron, but I don't think it's real, unfortunately. Like that's how, if I'm Fly, like the only way you can win is like pick into pull Baron and to win the smite fight because you're new. That's kind of,
Yeah.
and then you know once they
doomed.
get like 3-4 items, they can maybe win.
It's
yeah,
so
it's
doomed.
pretty hard.
Like, even like after that sequence, like Genji fixes their map here, and so there's no more punishes available for FlyQuest
I
off
know,
timers,
like
right?
now it's dwindling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting even worse. So.
Yeah, this map fix from Genji is good, but it does again just prove to like how bad the map like actually, or the game actually is for FlyQuest at this point. I mean, that's just so gross that Caston just gets Sterex like that, just fucking for free. I actually have beef with Chovy building Malignance this game. I don't know why he did it. I think this item is trash on Caston.
Where should he go? I don't know.
Literally anything else. It just doesn't matter. I like, for me, the extra
like
CD on the R just doesn't matter. I mean, this guy, like, this game...
Well, it's mana, too.
It is mana. The mana is nice. But you have Seraph's Roa, so do you really need more mana?
Not need, but I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion, is my thing.
Yeah.
But I just can't, like you can go, like, Void or something, but...
As a Cassidon enthusiast, you know, you just get
to... are you?
Yeah, you just get to play Zanyas and just kind of keep on spamming.
Yeah.
I just play to make plays. I think Zanya is decently valuable this game for him.
Cassidon versus Ezreal is pretty OP too. Like...
It is. Cassidon was actually a very good pick this game. Chovy was kind of Faker pilled for this. Like, how many worlds have we just seen Faker? Or, like, how many tournaments we just see Faker just be like, oh yeah, I can play Cassidon. Remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chovy is just like, hey, remember Cassidon?
It's the type of pick that only for MSI and only for Worlds will it come back, yeah.
Yeah.
Abyssal Mask or Con? Maybe.
He rushed Abyssal in a different game, and I thought it was much better. I mean, I don't.
It used to be
hate
still
it. Hate it.
Now, yeah, I think it's.
They
just,
doubled
like, okay.
up though, so I don't know if it stacks. I don't think it does.
I honestly don't know either, and I kind of think it doesn't.
Yeah, so because they stacked, I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm just so sad they banned Nocturne.
Yeah, I think that's a good... I didn't realize, like, how poor that was. I think Nocturne's a really abusable champion right now. Like you're
I think
so
it's
you're so
so bad.
one-dimensional, and it's being picked so early in draft. I don't get it.
It is such a bad champion, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you're so one-dimensional.
I thought we would see more Jarvan and less Nocturne.
I thought we'd see much more Jarvan too. Is Masu the best Western AD carry? I don't know. I still think Jan's playing really well. Like Hans is
It's just
still
him or
good.
Jan,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
I mean, I still think Hans is good, but that's probably your top three. Okay, game 3. So we had a side swap here finally. The side swap's really good for FlyQuest because they're gonna keep the Aurora ban, but they drop the Nocturne ban. And they take away Jack's Callista, which is way better.
Yon, Ivan, Ash.
Yeah, I really like this draft for FlyQuest once again. So first off, we're first picking Skarner, so we're already ahead. So that's awesome. Because this champion's just not okay. The Sedge Ezreal, I think, is fine, but it does give a really good Kaisa angle, and Rakan, for me, interacts really well with Skarner. It's like, Rakan,
Well,
you
my
want
only
beef
thought is
picks.
like, I don't understand why. I don't like giving Skarner if you're just gonna play Sedge personally, because like
Yeah, I'm with you.
he's just a better version, is all.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm with you. You are taking the worst side of the handshake. I think that when you throw in the Kaisa over the top, and you have Ezreal too, you're still on the worst side of the handshake. So for me, like,
Yep.
Genji's behind here. Once I saw the Olaf ban, I knew they wanted the Renekton.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the Cassante ban's fine. We saw King Cassante in game 4. He is insane at this champion.
Mhm.
And then the Rel ban, I also was... Rel interacts really, really well with Skarner. Because your Q can get him out of the E. And you can... If he does suppress you, your R can kind of still, like, keep him there. In a way.
Uh-huh.
Like, it fucks him a little bit. So I think Rel, like,
Yeah,
goes
it's like
up...
he's always in your range. Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
good.
Rel goes up in value in Skarner games because, like, A, the Wombo's good, and B, Rel actually can play defense in the Skarner a little bit. So I like the Rel ban a lot.
Honestly, maybe Genji should have just 1-2-3
Top side?
Cassante.
Yeah.
Just Cassante specifically, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
with
actually
you.
know. I don't really understand.
I mean, if they
I
do
don't
1 through
understand
3
their drafts.
Cassante, then they can ban Olaf Urgot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Orianna, I don't think is Thanatos for FlyQuest by any means. Like, I feel like they can overwhelm it. Cassante plays really well in it. I'm with you.
I don't have a strong opinion except that I prefer fly side like 10 times out of 10.
I do too. I thought that the Zeri mid
And
was a really, really nice mix-up too. It
yeah,
guarantees you
he
get scaling advantage, and it's kind of hard to get on, like,
uh
deal with Zeri. Like, you can't deal with Zeri and Kaisa if you're Genji, you know? That's the hard part.
can't deal with both. Yep. I thought he could go like Cass or like Azir even, but like anything like stylistically like Zeri is good, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Zeri ended up being a really, really nice pick.
Yep. I
And the
agree.
Kaisa helps you from not being, like, just pathetically low magic damage, so it's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I really like this draft from FlyQuest. I feel like the boxes that FlyQuest needed to check in this tournament were that they needed some form of scaling advantage in order to play out their maps. And they needed to have at least a side that could win. Oh, it's also the solo Q tech build.
What the grasp?
He goes Stridebreaker, Runeans,
Yeah, I
and
saw in the
yeah.
game.
Which, I mean, I think it's good. Like, at some point, like, you are just gonna guarantee that you outscale Genji. Grasp is a bit of a... Like, the conditioning overgrowth is so good on Zeri in the first place. I know it's not conditioning this game, but Green Tree is really good on Zeri. And Green Tree is just OP. And they get standard lanes.
Yeah, I think
Oh, we had a weird pause. That's right.
I'm surprised it took people so long to start doing the grasp on everyone. I think it's so good.
Yeah, I mean,
It started with like Yon and Yasuo, and
props to
then
Darkwings. Darkwings and Young, I feel like, were the ones on the tech in our league.
on like Azir or like on
Yeah.
mages too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Grasp Azir. Like, there were some angles where Grasp Azir was actually really, really good. I'm a bit surprised at the just
First non-lane swap.
complete lack of Azir prio. Like, I
I'm
thought
kind of
we'd have
surprised
Azir
it
at some
isn't a
point.
lane swap game. Also, I agree. I'm surprised there's no Talia either. Like that's the other thing I think Quad could have played this game.
Oh, okay. Actually,
I
yeah,
really wish
Talia's
APA played more Talia this
Talia's
tourney. I
good
think
here.
he's so good at it.
He
It's
is
so
really good at
good.
that. Yeah. The TP ends up being really big here from Whippo. So Whippo is proxying this wave, and he's just gonna
Oh wow,
TP.
yeah, that's how I guess the timing. Yeah.
And I mean, I think the big thing here is that Busio got the W off. It doesn't get canceled because Pays splits the autos, so they aren't
Yeah.
focused
See
here.
again.
Pays autoed Masu here. If they auto Busio, they get the stun, and I think he dies before he Ws.
Yeah, I wonder how.
Like
I
how is
agree.
it?
I agree
How
what you
is it
just said. I think you're
3-3?
right.
Like how are we playing Sedge Braum, and then this is at 3-3 for
Okay,
each
let's see one
passive?
more time. I think
It's
they.
on Pays.
Uh huh. Well, Buzio's movement maybe is just super good too. Like, cause he plays left side initially, and then he switches. So that, you know,
Yeah, he
like,
does get Braum out.
cause as he's going left, I think he has the threat of Wing out if they focus him. Is the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I think Pays just griefed. Like, I
He did.
think.
Pays actually like
Yeah.
got.
This is so bad for.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's
Pays
actually not
really
that bad.
griefed
Sorry,
this.
because Whippo proxied, he's honestly fine. Even
Yes.
if nothing happens, yeah,
I
he's
mean,
fine.
I will say his wave. I don't know if he hit the wave or not because he's at 13 right now.
I think he just missed a ton of creeps. I'm pretty sure. Oh, he didn't kill the whole wave. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for him though because like that means that his wave gets in and then this one pushes out.
Yeah, it'll be like hard sacking in game.
Yeah,
It's still good for top, as long as he doesn't die. Which I don't think he would die.
yeah. I mean, the E
I think
from
it would just be
Pays is
0 for 0.
bad. Also,
Yeah.
props to Busio. Good Q. It heals the right person in Bwipo.
Yeah, I think he migrated really well.
Yeah, yeah. But I thought Busio micro this really well, and then flash follow is big, and Masu gets 700 gold. Yeah. This Masu guy's giving 700 gold to this guy in Kaisa 2 is pretty tough.
Yeah. Well, it's just a champion who's like actual only weakness is like laning phase and like getting items with a free. Yeah.
Yeah, you just give it 700 gold.
Yeah. Against all 4 melees and the Braum.
Yeah, I didn't love the Braum pick this game, and I'm usually
I don't understand it at all. I
I
don't
am the
understand.
Braum enjoyer. I love how Nuke Duck had his jacket off for this one.
Did Chovy's hair part in the series?
Oh
We'll have to pay
yeah,
attention.
yeah. We gotta see
Yeah.
if Chovy's hair parted.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
That's because they're only down 1 game though.
Oh, not looking good for 2. Yeah, I mean, even like as you highlighted, the advantage for Keen, like coming out of this, by the way, because what now we're okay. So now it's even. XP is completely even, and Blippo's down a wave and a half, which
And
is
both sums is the
100.
thing.
Yeah. I mean that is hard. I know he gets a little bold later, but I mean you're gonna take that trade every time. Getting shit on the Masu here. I still think Pays like actually played that dive so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Pays plays it better, it could have been GG.
Oh right, the grubs for ADC life trade.
Yeah, I mean this is way worth it for FlyQuest. 3rd kill on the Masu and plates. Hell yeah.
Can I see leading up to it though? Let me think. Like
They
his
don't really
pay's
show it.
full. Yeah, I know.
Pays is full.
Oh, like I just don't know whose fault it is. Yeah. I guess he just thought he could live with barrier cookie health pot.
I mean, I
But
don't think they need Braum to play grubs. I think it's the hens. I think it's the hens' fault. Because for me,
yeah.
Zeri is base in TP here. Or at least that's what. Hold on. Oh no, wait, no. Quad already TP'd. Yeah, why the fuck do they bring Braum up? It's fine. Like, they have a Keen TP, and this Renekton is going to be like critical match. Like this is where Renekton is just 1v9.
I think Lehens should move and just not like once he sees
Just
Rakan
fog.
has no intention of leaving, he should.
Yeah,
go
just
bot,
fog. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
100%. 100%. They should get both and not lose pace.
Yeah. Because if Urgot ever walks into the river, like they can just turn up and like flash on him. I think he just dies,
Yeah.
like they do in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just like a mandated death. It's all good. I don't know what he can
Scheduled
do.
death. Yeah. And
Yeah.
once King gets the W off, it's GG.
He can like try to wait for the next wave and like Inspire can go Gromp into top, but it's like an okay death. It's fine.
Yeah. It's not brutally terrible. Inspire gets to catch too, which is kind of nice. And you'll trade top death for gold on Kaisa and killing Ezreal any day.
Yeah. The push all is really good from Buzio too.
Mhm.
The spell thieves.
Yeah, Busio was really, really good in this series.
Yeah.
I mean, they did give him a lot of comfort. Like, this guy and Alistair Rakan, I feel like is pretty winning scenarios. Like, his Rakan has always been really good.
Yeah, I feel like I know him as like the Rakan Pike
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. I think, like, Rakan and Renata are the two champs where it's like, if I see him on these champs,
True,
it's like,
Renata, yeah.
I get a lot of faith.
Mm-hmm.
That or Karma. He didn't get a Karma angle at Worlds, but his Karma's really good. Oh, wait, he might have actually. I don't know if he played Karma or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, map's still fine. Quad did end up being really big in this game. I appreciate the Zeri. I feel like Zeri's been a little bit forgotten about. Part of me like has beef and hated this champ being mid because you're just a push bot, but you do scale really well.
Yeah, even ADC is like rarely played these days. Don't know why. Mm-hmm. Swap for grubs is good, I think. This
Yeah,
is the only advantage of the top TP situation is like
this is
they can do this for
where
free now.
FlyQuest fucked up though for me because they dropped this set of grubs. I don't know why.
They lose all of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, their map's good for him right now. They could have quad TP back, and it's actually just
Can
chill.
I see again before Bwipo TPs maybe? Yeah. I think that to secure the grubs, Bwipo has to be willing to drop that one wave
Yes.
if they want to guarantee the grubs.
I think it's
And
worth.
instead, Bwipo does the like so be it. Like I'm Bwipo, I'm gonna take the plates. It's all good. But they just chose it's just 2 plates for 6 grubs, which
And they burned both their TPs on this play too. So Genji gets 6
it's
grubs and both
bad,
TPs.
in my
It's very
opinion.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like this sequence from
I
FlyQuest.
I
A
think
lot
you
of
just
people
have
on
to hold
Twitter
the
were
TP.
mad. A lot of people on Twitter were mad, and rightfully so. Yeah, you just sack you just do not. You sack this wave.
Yeah. Bwipo, yeah, like I think Bwipo should maybe even just like hide on bush one time and look for E flash into Kaisa ult, for example, like something like that. Cause yeah, if they had gotten the first 3 grubs, I think it's actually a good play, and then you would have quad TP on bot right now and like trade. But since they lost the first set of grubs, you have to contest.
Yes.
Or you should contest.
Yes.
In my opinion.
That's all.
Yeah.
And the first set of grubs was the good trade from FlyQuest. Like you
Yeah,
will.
they got the kill instead.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You will always take the kill. Did appreciate afterwards the hover from Busio. I feel like it's a wave too much, but he at least is making sure Quad gets this in. And there's not anything else to do on the map right now. Like, he doesn't need to be bot side. It does give the Hens, though, a turn to fuck up bot side a little bit. But at least Inspired's here to cover. And Bopa gets out. So, I mean, for me, like, this is like, Busio covering and Inspired's doing the job, like the other job on the map, which is good from them. And then Blippo gets out, but he's no flash, no TP, so it's still good from Genji, and then they get to overload 6 grubs. It's like FlyQuest is really in the hole now playing defense. At least Urgot does his best here, but
I mean, they just have to do this for plates. I think, like it's just another like one wave. There, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just think they could have gotten a lot more had they chosen to. To me, it's like Bwipo like was already behind in the game and didn't want to go further down, so he made like the greedier decision.
Yeah. Yeah, Blippo's like, hey, if I don't get Cleaver, or like if Renekton beats me to these breakpoints, like the game's fucked. He does get
Yeah.
solo killed when Renekton beats him the Starax. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he hard came back in gold off of like individually, but yeah.
This dragon ends up being a really
Dragon
free.
angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they do stack the Rift for this, and the timing on the Rift is really good from Genji. I really like how Genji played this Rift, but at least they were able to defend the points from the 6 grubs, which is really big from FlyQuest, frankly. Like, Whippo living there and then not giving up 2 or 3 points in the back half of 6 grubs was really nice.
Yeah, I think the reason this one's good and the other one wasn't is that one, they're on the dragon side of the map now at least.
Yeah.
And the plates are down. So if they trade turrets, it's like it's fine to just evenly trade towers, especially when you're on dragon side. So I think giving that herald is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they play really strong on this side, and they pick up a dragon. And, I mean, it's fine. They're playing out 3 lanes. I think if FlyQuest are able to play out 3 lanes slow the game down, it's really advantageous for them because they have scaling. That's where the Urgot pick's really nice.
I just think they have no choice because they're down grubs. Like, if they do anything else, they'll just trade down. So all they can do is like fight neutrals and fight like in jungle. Like if they overload a side, they'll always lose out. Is how I think about it, because of the grubs. Like the only like disadvantage of going down the grubs is like it just limits your options because
Yes.
if you trade the quote unquote trade, you'll just trade down slightly.
This is just like what ends up happening from the back half of the Wasp plays. No, hold on. Let me go back on this one. My turn for getting lost in the sauce. See where we're at? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is just the shift top.
One and then
yeah. Yeah, this is just the seesaw. All right. I mean, it's fine. This is like where 6 scrub diff though is big because like the map is seesaw right now, but Genji are first here, and you cannot pressure other turrets the same. So like, I mean, this is like where 6 grubs do hurt. Other teams just get the trade up really heavy. It's kind of hard. A lot invested for the punish. Like Keen buys a shit ton of time, and they end up taking another 2 outers. So I mean, I think the Genji response here is good. Like, again, they put a lot into making.
Urgot might TP top. I don't know if that was their intention going for the play.
Yeah, Urgot could actually just TP top right now. I like that call, actually. I like that a lot.
I think it's the only way to justify the Zeri TP is like
our misses, just fucking go TP. Yeah.
And like just play for the wave. I think he'll be able to get it. Not entirely sure without like seeing the tower.
I mean, I think so. If he like goes walks brush TPs right now, right here. Yeah.
Just hits
his wave is crashing. Yeah. I'm with you after our misses actually. Yeah.
Cause like otherwise it's like not even really worth it to cover Nectin. It's okay, but Genji's trading up, kind of.
Yeah, this play was never gonna hit.
I don't think this is a kill.
Even if it was cool.
Cubby.
Nice rocket belt. And they get flash.
Okay, good. I was gonna say as long as they cancel this guy, it's still good.
Yeah, Spire dies for it though.
Ooh. Damn, should he die though?
Yeah, this is a little bit funky. I mean, I feel like Flyco just like overreached there. I'm kind of okay with the idea, right? Because you are gonna nuke their tempo.
But just pause.
It's one way to actually be able to beat 6 grubs. Hang on, I want to see bot wave.
He's just TPing without a top wave. Is like like the best case is you just kill Chovy and then you can't do anything. It's just not good. The timing is just off. Whippo shouldn't. Well, really, I just think he shouldn't TP. But
I can see that. I think that one thing that is interesting here is that so Genji, like, they did drop Herald and they have 2 TPs up. If you do, like, in a way, because your bot lane is good, if you are able to stall out Chovy and fuck his tempo a lot, it is one way to combat 6 grubs.
No, but they have no wave. I would agree if they have a wave.
Okay.
But like you see, like look, Zeri has to catch that at Zeri. So like let's say this guy, we blow him, And now like normally you'd be like, oh, we can cancel
Next
him
wave's
so we can
even.
play on the next wave.
Yeah, it's not plus
But
one,
then
it's
there's
even.
no wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
That's why this like feels wrong, and it is wrong because
Yeah.
it's like the timing doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Inspired, I think, needed the flash Chovy E, but even then, I still feel like he dies.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
Maybe he
should have
can
never
ult and
cast
get
it E.
aftershock and
He should have
yeah.
never cast it E. You
Yeah,
can
agreed.
walk
He should
up
just
and bluff it.
W.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can walk up and bluff it. Yeah. Yeah, because if he
Yep, I
saves E,
agree.
he just walks through the wall. The fact that he E'd
Uh-huh.
is really grief.
And then it's like, okay, you know, like he'll pull them top. Maybe
Yeah.
Kai'Sa gets a free mid wave. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the Zeri build this game ended up being so big. Like, this is kind of the solo queue, like, wet dream, right? Where you just cannot be killed in team fights. Because I feel like it did eclipse the damage of Gen G at some point.
I don't know about the Stride, but I like Bork and I like Runan.
Yeah.
Stride is maybe good.
It's interesting. I don't know all the interactions, but I think part of it is how it interacts with Hurricane. Because you get the Tiamat procs
just
on all
Tiamat
your
procs,
autos.
yeah.
So it's like, remember like the old on-hit Zeri with the
Yeah, like Hydra or whatever.
Titanic Hydra?
Yeah.
That's it, thank you.
Yeah.
Quad plays this so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the Stride Breaker that he pops, because I think you can see it.
No, I saw it. I mean, he steals the move speed, yeah.
Yeah, popping it
Boom.
here was actually so big. And then, yeah, just really clutch flash. E back in, he can do it. And, yeah, I mean, Inspired's ult could have grabbed more, I think. Pace has sums.
Like,
Chovy did have a really nice
yeah.
escape. So we'll give that one to Chovy. Okay. This ult wasn't as bad as I thought, actually. The only bummer is that Blippo does get 1v1 because Renekton beat him the Sterex. And Blippo just gets munched top lane. Said Masu gets the pump. Really, really, really nice fight from Masu here. I love how Masu tracks cooldowns like as an AD. It's so good. If you're like have any like resemblance to doing this, I feel like Masu's naturally really like just has really good instinct for that. Like he stepped up when the Silasy was down really nicely to get like the first burst of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why this game is kind of scarier because I'd say the comps are like fairly even. Like maybe there's like a slight edge to Fly, but like you still just have to fight really well this draft. And to me, this game is why I think that Fly are like legitimately good and not. I don't think they need like some super draft edge. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they have it this game. I think they have like a slight edge and they just fought really well.
Yeah, I think time's their friend. And like for me in the end, that was the most important thing for FlyQuest with a lot of these drafts.
Oh, just like as long as their comp scales in some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like time's their friend. Yeah. I mean, I'll give him a little bit of edge because I actually really liked how the Urgot interacted with his comp. I know Urgot got behind, but this champion into the top side is so good. And then Skarner is just better. Like Skarner is just really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like this game for me wasn't like entirely draft diff. It is a bit, but it was mostly I think that Fly just got and their Kai'Sa just hit critical mass, and Gen G just can't deal with 2 hyper carries. But it didn't mean that like Gen G couldn't win the game. They were just on a timer. This is a good example of said timer. Good play from Gen G to go munch the Urgot. There's no Baron threat. I think the TP from Quad was kind of meh, and Gen G just get all their lanes in, so nice play from Gen G.
Yeah, I think you should just leave that guy.
Yeah.
Because now, well, no, they still have a TP. It's fine. I thought Poop was still in the TP.
Yeah. It's still allowed for Gen G to like fix their entire map. Yeah, like the Stride Breaker, like Q auto is so big from Quad here. I was really surprised like the damage it did. Yeah. and they bait the
Even just
fight.
as like just to be able to burn Ezreal as without like popping R is pretty big.
Yeah, it's really big in the end that Inspired got R off, because I thought Inspired was almost going to get CC locked, because they tried, but Sterak's
Yeah,
was enough. I missed the R from Whippo live. That going wide.
I missed it right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
if
Yeah,
the
there it
R
is. I
hits
saw it.
Keen, I mean, I feel like the way the
Where is
fight
Puzio?
was,
Okay, let's see. Oh, he ulted
Lucio's,
the TP.
yeah, he did his job there for me. But Chovy TP did put them in an awkward spot. I feel like Busio has to go in there and go on Chovy when he lands, but
Yeah, can I see one more time? I don't know.
yeah. I do like the Skarner focus. Like, it made the fight really easy at the start for Genji.
No, I agree. They have to all turn like back. I think this is good. Like
Yeah. Yeah, Chovy's
if anything,
TP,
they're just too forward
they
initially. Like
are.
I don't know about quad Eing in on Ezreal like that
Yeah.
because
I,
I
I
think
I agree. Like, is the damage relevant? No. The thing is, like, he gets away with it though. Just Inspired gets stuck. The Inspired's E is like it catches the mini wall. If it catches the big wall on the Raptor camp, I think he ends up just being in a better position for the rest of the fight. But pretty much like where the
he
TPs
won't
came
reach. He
in.
won't be able to stun Renekton if he does though.
Yeah.
Like uh, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Inspired is just too forward initially and like
Yeah, he is.
quad can just play on his own. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Skarner is just really hard to run away. Like he's the most like juggernauty meta champion in a long time,
Yeah.
where like he really cannot run away easily. Which is why I think people should try phase rush in games like this. But
Oh, really? I mean,
yeah, I think it's
I
good.
like it. I get it's Maokai. It makes sense with Maokai, right?
Yeah, like you can just
That logic.
you both are good. You can just like team fight. Like it's just a lot safer.
Yeah, and this is a big overcommit. I mean, Spire's coming out of base for this, so he has Hextech port. I was surprised that Masu R when he did, but it ends up being so good. Because, I mean, for whatever reason, he mind controls the hands to flash forward, and then none of the
Yeah,
passives get
I agree.
procced.
I guess he could have ulted or flashed, but like he'll end up using the other later, so same difference.
I don't know. He ended up playing this fight out really well.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, he just started it. I
this
don't
is
know.
a big mistake from Genji though, because like, I mean, Paze for me was never in range to hit anyone. Like he had the E in, like he's hitting now. Quad, really nice step up from Quad here. He might have saved Inspired because
Well,
it's the W's
the
on
thing is,
him.
like
Really
like
nice.
Inspire was dead. Like I don't know how like can you rewind? How did they even find themselves in? Like okay, Chovy gets some damage, and now okay, Inspire's already portaling back. Like the Hextech portal
Yeah.
is really the issue. Like now it's just a straight up 5v5 again, which Genji didn't even get to spend their gold.
The Hens flash is really bad here. Like for me, the
Yeah,
Hens needs
yeah,
to play
yeah, yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
Because like Paze can't get this unless he flashes it himself, and he doesn't have the health to do that.
Well, their comp just can't do this. Like they
Yeah.
don't have fucking Rel, Ari,
Yeah.
Leona. Yeah.
If Chovy doesn't flash Masu, I think it hits the frame perfect Void Seeker. The timing on it was actually kind of close.
It was so yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was a really, really good fight from Quad Masu. But like he has 3 items at this point, so it is just like he's just big, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I feel like the Genji comp ran out of gas from this moment, because like from here on out, they just cannot deal with the double marksman from FlyQuest. Fucking Whoopo in the cam, man.
Classic.
How does NA try to beat the best team in the world? We just bring a giant troll in the top lane. Plays the most degenerate champion pool and just laughs his ass off during these games. Which, I mean, to be fair, if you're playing Urgot Garen, I would do too. I don't know.
Okay, they're kind of down a bit of tempo because they got Dragon, which is fine.
What do you think overall of like just FlyQuest like committing to playing their style, like playing the shit they did?
I don't think they did commit. I think they should have committed. Like I'll talk about it, but I think their game 5 draft is like
Not crazy enough.
And game 4 was like,
Yeah.
no, like crazy in the wrong ways. Like,
Oh, okay. I kind of agree. I mean, the set's bad. That set championship should never be picked.
their comp was just like out of place. And like,
Yeah.
I think this draft is like
This draft is
all
good for me.
thematically like together.
Yeah.
And like relative to how they want to play as well. Yeah, as a team.
I feel like their commitment. I don't know. I feel like they play just a lot of champions that are based, and no one is like just no one's willing to touch.
Yeah.
Like Cassio
Agreed.
has such defined
Cassio's
strengths and
OP.
weaknesses, and can be so OP in some scenarios. Like they built comps to try and free up Cassio.
Yep.
Okay, we can no longer play sides because Masu will feast us. Nice, and they feed it over to Masu. Actually, really good to feed it over to Masu at this breakpoint too, because he finished Void off that. Like he was sitting on Seekers and the Crystal, which kind of sucks. You need a lot of gold to get an item, so feeding it over to him was really big. But yeah, like Flag was committed to like stuff like Ivern and stuff like Nunu. Like they drew Ivern bans for pretty much the entirety of the tournament after they won with it. I feel like a lot of their champs, like they're playing.
I think Whippo's
like,
champion
really
pool
good.
is like the biggest buff. Like when he was playing like Darius and Olaf every game in like LCS, like
Yeah,
or what else? Like
he played set in LCS.
unsuccessfully.
Yeah, he
I
played it
think.
once. Yeah.
Yeah. Against the TL, yeah.
Yeah, the Seraphine too. Like the Seraphine was a good
Yes, like
read.
Skarner, or sorry, Sion and Olaf, and then just like his Renekton too. Like
Yeah. All right. I didn't like this engage from Whippo. For me, Boosty was not quite here. And I know he's going for Chovy, but he ends up like he gets Chovy only the E, and Chovy has a really insane fight here. Chovy
I think
buffers
the biggest
Skarner
thing
R.
is Buzio range. I agree with you.
Yeah, Boosty is not
Like
in
follow up range. Yeah.
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 Like Chovy played this so insane too. He REs or ERs.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
crazy. So he drags the front line to a really shit spot. And then Keen has a massive fight as well, because he actually found Masu. So Masu did fuck this one up a little bit. But he is stuck in some major slow fields.
I mean, half that damage is just Ezreal too.
Yeah.
I think it's Whipple really just trolled it. Like a
Yeah.
little too horny. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Whippo wanted it too much, man. He was thirsty. He wanted the blood. I mean, map was played out, whatever, after this. It was a really good fight from Genji. Like, Chovy... Yeah, Chovy really made that fight hard. Really like the answer, though, just to chunkle hens afterwards. The hens is no Warmogs. There was a Warmogs for Kanya, which I really like this game, because you will have to deal with Kaisa poke later on. Like, now.
I think this Baron pull is so good.
Yeah.
Just to burn CP, it's so good. Don't touch this mid wave because, like, staying on it is optional. They definitely didn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, I think they could just go back to
Just get TP and then go mid.
Assuming they saw the TP, which maybe they didn't, to be honest, because you know they didn't really react accordingly.
All right.
And Masu saves the world. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has his Zanya's here. I do want to praise Inspired because he kind of cleared the landing for when he gets out of Zanya's. With what Inspired does. Like,
yeah, flash E, yeah.
The E, the flash E, and then he tanks the Bramall and not Masu, which would have been timed really well for when he comes up. So Masu's able to actually R back. Really big.
Yeah, I mean, they saved the game, kind of.
Yeah, and then Busio eats a lot of CDs.
Can you go back to like 34 minutes and just say the beginning, like leading up to it?
No.
Oh, replay. Okay.
Get the fucking replay. Yeah, replays are the bane of the existence. I mean, Genji just fixed both their sides. It's still +1 for fly, but they're gonna catch a bot.
Like they have this one pink. I wonder who placed. Maybe that's just been there for a while. The Genji pink ward.
It looks like
them.
Yeah, because Canyon's sitting on 2.
Yeah.
It looks like the hens dropped it, and he's the only one that could have.
Yeah, or it's just been down for like a long time. Yeah. Because I think the Baron pull is good, but they don't have a real area to kite to like safely.
Yeah, I think Busio
There's,
is in the spot where they want to fight, but because of where Keen's at, it's really hard.
yeah, like the other thing is maybe go back one more time. Maybe Buzio could have just sent it on like the front line immediately to like say they knew about Keen, they can just like engage on right side to give them an area to run to, and like
Oh
fully ignore
yeah,
Renekton. But
yeah.
I
I
just
don't think
assumed
they
they
knew
didn't know
about.
he TP'd.
I don't think they
Yeah,
knew about Keen. Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't think
Keen
so
was a
either.
surprise.
Yeah,
Wait, I
and
mean,
Masu just reacted in time. Yeah,
yeah. If that's the case, then it is a really good save because Masu is no sums. Like this Zanya is legitimately clutch as fuck.
yeah.
Because the game ends there if he doesn't get that off. And then, yeah, they can't deal with the double carry. Quad's flash was, I think, a little bit early, but he still skated this pretty well. I
Well,
mean, like, he managed it really well.
and let me
He
think.
got out of the abscond abduct. Okay, maybe I'm being a little critical. I think it's kind of fun.
Oh,
And it's the fucking
I did
funniest
see
whip on
this.
the planet, man.
Yeah.
Sent Pays
Oh
back to Korea is
man.
what I saw.
Pay,
Just fucking
yeah.
Urgot.
Pays can carry the whole.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really scary for Fly actually if this doesn't happen.
yeah.
Like if
It's
Pays
literally
one
one
click
bad click.
forward was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You saw it too.
yeah,
Here, that wiggle. Yeah,
yeah.
and
He
that
had two
one too.
wiggles.
Yeah.
Oh man. Keen's target choice is bad. He should choose Zeri. No, you go on the person with no sums here.
Yeah,
And
it's good by Keen, I think.
yeah, you got to go on the person with
If
no
anything, Chovy
sums.
could ignore Rakan and dive with
Yeah,
Keen. I think.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, they should have ignored Rakan. If
Well, it's
Chovy,
fine,
if
but like Chovy should look to like flash our
yeah,
like with yeah.
if he has Skarner ult when Masa gets out of Zanya's, it's GG. So Chovy kind of
Uh-huh.
fucked this up.
Fully agree. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
100%.
still, Pays can carry the fight easily. Like it's so scary for FlyQuest if this
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they got away with it, so it's huge. They can once Kaisa sums, it's so much easier. So
Yeah. Yeah, that really is the scary part of the game was the Kaisa no sums, right? Like now your quad no sums, it's a little bit more playable, but yeah. There's not much here. I do like how FlyQuest just Unga Boonga as 5. Because I feel like if they aren't stacked as 5, Genji could force on a side. And
their
then,
macro was good. Yeah, I think it
yeah,
was all good.
I think the Unga Boonga as 5 is good.
And
They clean up
like
the
go
Drake.
back to when they were going mid. Like it was even really good to break mid. Like they weren't too scared. Because if they die, they will lose Dragon like Soul.
Yeah,
But
they aren't
like they
scared.
just played together. Like front.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
yeah, it is good.
I was glad. And then they didn't stay too long.
Yeah, FlyQuest were not scared. I mean, I didn't expect them to come into this series and be scared, but,
Yeah.
PTSD, seeing so many teams, like, be scared playing teams like Genji
Mm-hmm.
is a feel good. And now they're just on last inhib.
As far as health bar.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's fine, but
fucking Ezreal. Get Mikhail's from Busio. It unfortunately was necessary. It is. I mean, without Baron, it's definitely harder to break in the Ezreal, but like FlyQuest did still kind of scuff that one.
yeah, I
They just
think
need time.
because of Genji's comp, it's fine to try to get top before Baron because like there's
Yeah,
no threat of like getting rel engaged on or something. Like
yeah. They were
they're all fine.
tracking. I guess they had decent defense for the TPs too. I didn't see them clear out everything, but they
Oh, like
did
flank
do a
wards, yeah.
decent. Yeah, they did. They do a decent job of clearing stuff out here.
I think Boopa might have even checked lane, so yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard to say because of the replay, but
yeah.
yeah.
nice because they melt Baron with Kai'Sa passive. Just look at that thing like drop like 1k like every 3 autos. Do you see this thing just like getting annihilated by Kai'Sa passive? It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then critical mass happen. Yeah, I mean they didn't find quad here. And
yeah,
quad just
Fly's positioning was
1v9s.
so
It is really good.
fight,
Yeah, Fly's positioning is really good this fight.
Everyone's where they need to be, pretty much.
Yeah, the really well played by Busio. I mean the flash 3-man R and the W, like quad just gets the free hit and then it's fight over. Yeah. GG's. All right, good game 3. Yeah, I mean again like FlyQuest, I feel like FlyQuest had advantages in draft? Yes. Is that the reason why they're winning? I mean, it helps, but they are all, like they played better in these games.
Okay, I really don't like this draft.
It's the same one as game
Game
2
4.
with Sejuani instead of Nunu.
Yeah, I think that. Well, for one, I think you should just ban Italy instead of Jax, and play like any Whipple matchup. Like play like GP into Jax or Olaf or even Cassante, even Renekton Jax again. Like, and this is game 4, right? Okay. Yeah.
I think it's ban Ashe, honestly.
Yeah, but so I was gonna say, do you think they're scared of like Ezreal takeaway?
I think they're
Also, I don't
like for me, no, because they just played the Kai'Sa Ezreal matchup and it was fine.
Yeah. Okay. True. I mean, either way, like if we're giving Ashe, I think like they shouldn't get Ashe and Italy. Like we should like be trading them if we're doing this.
Potentially.
Like Inspired could just play Italy, but
yeah, potentially. That would be like just opposite of what FlyQuest is doing. I mean, the Canyons in Italy ends up being like a massive problem in these games, but I think a couple adaptations ended up being good. One, I thought the Maokai support in these 2 games from the Hens was actually really big. This Maokai champ is just, the kit's not okay. And having the R button for a lot of the reach, I think really actually patched up a couple issues with Genji's comp, and it always gave them a scaling option because they just always had really sound engage. And then the Jax ban doesn't look good when you end up with Cassante later on. The Cassante just fucking fists your team.
Oh, also just the 4-5, like I don't know. So like assuming they want to lane swap, we are giving Cassante.
I would have banned Cassante over Rel if we're gonna go with that.
Well, it's like especially with the Nidalee, like we're giving Nidalee the like.
Take away Nautilus for sure.
Comp, the free lane swap champs.
Yeah.
Which is like super good for her to snowball.
Yeah.
And Tristana, so like the way I see it is like Genji have like their mid and AD have like perma push no matter what matchup kind of. Or like, you know, ability to fight.
Yeah.
And then Cassante will just be swapping and scaling. And it's like it's a pretty good Renekton game, but I think Nautilus Railban are just like luxury. Like I don't think you need to.
Yeah, I actually do think you take away the Naut. The way that Naut plays with Nid and can cancel Rakan and can find Ezreal, I think that's actually worth taking away. I think Rel's the luxury ban. I don't think you need to take away Rel. Like why is Ezreal Rakan scared of Rel?
But if they're just gonna swap anyway, for example.
Yeah.
Like to me it depends on if either side wants to swap.
Yeah.
Because you can, like for example, you can give Nautilus intentionally and then they don't have Maokai and you play like Poppy jungle here. Even like give Nautilus, I think like I was thinking so much about what he should even be playing when they ban like Vi and Xin, and I think Dr. Mundo and Poppy.
Oh, Mundo jungle?
Are quite good. Yeah, I think it's really good, especially if you give Nautilus.
I think the giving Nautilus into picking Mundo would actually like be playable. I again, like my thing though about this game.
For Poppy.
Yeah, I think Ashe just really warps this game. I would have been down for Poppy. I always am down for Poppy. Like it's another game where for me
Ashe ban too is good.
Yeah.
Just either way, Ashe or Nidalee ban instead of Jax.
Yeah, I agree.
I strongly feel.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't like this draft.
Not a fan.
Oh shit.
It's like a winnable draft, but it's like they don't have edge, and
yeah.
I don't think they outscale. I think they're hard outscaled, kind of.
Nothing.
Like, Nidalee with her carries like hard scale, I think. Yeah. I think Nidalee Kazante is like a hard scaling combo.
What is it? Because of how like Cassante can set you up, or like what? Why do you like the scaling of
No,
this?
nothing about the setup. Like, well, Kazante on his own,
Scales nicely, yeah.
yeah, it's just like really good into Fly's comp, and then, uh, just the way they team fight together is pretty similar. And then I think like they can both go in and out kind of at will, and like Cassante wants to just like until Cassante's diving, he's just like standing in the front and like he's just like a body, you know, while Nidalee throws spears, and then they can both dive in at the same time. And there's so much like heal value for Nidalee with like Ash plus I just think Genji's comp all wants to fight in the same way. Like they're all kiting and they all have the ability to go in,
Yes.
which like there's not many champs in League that can actually do that. I think it's like kind of a like usually champs that can do that are pretty OP and pro. It's kind of like that's like why Lee Sin used to be considered like OP, like the ability to go in and out like
Yeah.
whenever you want. Yeah. Like any champ that can fit that description is like an OP pro play champ.
Yeah.
Like Gragas,
It's true. Like your kit's like just. I mean, look at Rakan, right? Like that's Rakan's
Kastante,
specialty.
Rakan, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like mobility scaling, and until then, like they just both have so much value.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also just think Nidalee is like the most misunderstood champ in all of League.
Really?
I want to make a video about it.
I
Yeah.
mean, that
I
sounds
think
like a
she
fun
scales
topic.
extremely hard.
I
Yeah.
do too. I mean, I had a lot of beef this past split when it was marksman meta, and everyone was saying that Nidalee doesn't scale when she gives a 70-second attack speed steroid for 7 seconds. Like, how
I think that
disgusting is that?
The two most like misunderstood concepts, at least in the West, are Lucian Nami and Nidalee.
Yeah, Lucian Nami's played poorly in this, like, because that is a scaling pick.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it,
and
yeah,
just like the strengths are not understood.
yeah,
Also, we should probably talk about this.
yeah.
don't like
We'll go
what
back through this
Inspired-
game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Inspired's not able to
mhm.
yoink a camp from his weak side, which Genji does a good job playing defense over.
Can I see level 1 even a bit? Like, could they have worded to spot Lehens maybe? Oh, I see. Rakan is just bot. Okay.
I mean, the hop from Chovy is really funny. Like, it's good that Busio pulls a flash, but again, we're leeching XP off mid. So Chovy just gets to be off for the rest of the matchup. And because we have Cassante, we have 3 lanes where we can play. FlyQuest is playing out 3 lanes, which is matched, which is kind of okay, but I don't like the Busio leash. I think Busio just should have started here.
I don't feel strongly either way, but I do think that it's not like Fly can guarantee the punish. I think Chovy can mostly just like hold jump for 5 minutes and not be under like an extreme threat.
Yeah.
Also, Canyon just gets so ahead off of this.
Yeah.
Is the real issue.
Yeah, the prank top was what was really bad because it means that Inspired can't cross, and the Hens does a really good job of playing defense here.
Yeah, Lehen's like forced Inspired off red kind of because he's no smite.
Yeah, Lehen's actually smurfed this slap. I think that Genji like really showed that Maokai is a flex for them, and that Maokai like does have a lot of unique value in the swap. Like the way that he's playing to fuck with jungle, because with Maokai's Q, you can also like guarantee the opponent has to smite.
Yeah, it's actually scary that you
Yeah.
can steal. And it's just for like Inspired having to show here is so bad because, well, I would be curious what Inspired thinks because again he's kind of just padding to his lane that he expects to have no push. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, it almost feels like he doesn't have much of a choice because he's in the Nidalee and he was like denied the +1 weak side start. You know, it's like it just feels like he kind of got jailed. Meaning like yeah like his since his Raptors were denied, like he's just jailed since then, right?
Yeah, because they just don't have good wards is all. Like, well, for
Yeah.
one, they're not designed with Hawkshot.
I mean,
Nor do they have mid push.
the Raptors deny,
So
like, high key. It ends up making it so that Sej can't cross and take the Nid camps, and Nid is +1 from starting
yeah,
Wolves as well.
maybe honestly, Rakan, instead of ganking mid, like Rakan should have like just tried to help jungle level 1. But it's hard to say because of the swap. So I honestly don't know. I think again, like to be willingly opting into versing Nidalee and having like this poor of level 1 planning is just like
Yeah.
it's just really sad
Yeah,
because
it's not a good start.
Inspired just can't play this game already. Like he's just
Yeah.
gonna be so behind.
I also really appreciate how they insta swap because Sante has XP advantage, and they don't allow the Ezreal to get out of control in the solo lane. So like for me,
Or like XP differential,
yeah, like what we were talking about early on with like a lot of game 2 was where the XP differentials were. And we were talking earlier on about how Ezreal like scales more so off of levels, or like a lot so off of levels compared to items too, just being a caster. So denying the super XP lead for Masu, I think is really good. And then you have Keen with an XP lead into Renekton, where Cassante can do a lot of damage. He also has a buy, which is really nice. I appreciate how Blippo is holding on here, because I feel like one of the things that's really good about Renekton is that you can kind of choose your timers that you reset. Which a lot of people don't use really well in Renekton. Like, you know, his kit, you can be down in items or levels and still pick up everything, and then pick when you are powerful. So I appreciate how Blippo at least does that and gets a decent pace. Because he at least gets a phage. But then Genji swap back, which this one surprised me. But this is where things go really bad. I didn't like the swap back from Genji. I know they're doing it to play grubs, but this surprised me a little bit. Because I feel like it gives, like, FlyQuest don't really want to play grubs into the Nidalee. Actually, no, the swap's just really good from Genji. I think I'm trolling. I mean, they swap back, though, when bot's even. So it kind of is a small win for FlyQuest. They're just... Genji's giving up a lot in order to go play the grubs for me.
They're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like hard playing for jungle and like,
Yeah.
like playing the map, you know, because I think it is the way I think about this is like if Genji don't get these grubs, are they really gonna be able to get the second? Which I'd say probably not.
Okay. Why do you think
Like for
first grubs
example,
is more important? Because like when sixes come in, it's just impossible to fight.
yeah, like I just think once like enemy teams like level 8, 9, red side's already ahead, right? So like
Yeah.
we assume Ezreal gets like a Sheen base off prior to grubs, and like I think Fly's lanes will start pushing, say like up like pretty soon.
Yeah.
If they're winning or even, they like Ezreal will just push against Ashe, right? So I think if they give these first scrubs, it's just gonna be hard to fight second. Yeah.
I think it is really big if they take it right on time, because it like Blippo didn't have 6 yet, and Renekton 6 is really big for grubs. So
well, it's just because of Ashe, right? Like it was
yeah,
free,
that too.
or am I wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ashe does make it free, but like they did sack a lot on the Ashe. I mean, Masu is up pretty significantly on pace because of that. Like he has the full level,
I agree.
and the CS
I
is
just
big.
I think the Eastern teams, or at least Genji, like really like I think it's a very like NA thing to care about the laning advantage instead of the grubs.
Yeah.
And like I don't even know, like I feel like if I showed what Pace did in this game to like, I'm not gonna lie, like any NACL ADC, they would
lose their mind.
They would not be happy with me.
Yeah, they'd lose their mind.
But I strongly feel this is correct because
I do too.
You will get the payoff come second grubs.
No, I do
like,
too, actually.
I promise it will be worth it for her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. And then this is the tragedy happens. And Masu E's for harass, which that's fine. You just gotta flash this. I don't think, looking back, we should have dropped the E here. Especially when
I mean, this is what makes it doomsday, you know.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna WE and it missed Keen, and then when he drops the E, like he doesn't have it forever.
And
then Busio also burned his W when Keen was able to get out of it, and then he doesn't flash.
Yeah, he's just guaranteed dead now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if he does flash there, I feel like Keen still chases him down.
Yeah, well, he'll just flash for flash, like.
Yeah.
So just pick your poison at this point.
But really, really bad. for FlyQuest because like I don't think the game's terrible for them. This happens and then things get pretty rough because
Yeah.
Keen really takes over this game.
Yeah, and I think like your top and your ADC have to be okay like trading places like this in lane swap meta. Like most of the time the top laner goes down, right? But
Yeah,
you know sometimes
it's
it'll happen
just
to
yeah
Ashe,
the
and
swap from
both
Gen
sides have to
G.
be okay with it. Yeah.
I mean that's the other thing that I actually want to take a look at is why don't we match this?
As FlyQuest,
Yeah, FlyQuest can just
they're just
match.
freezing. They're just freezing instead.
Yeah, so they're really
Which is
sacking first
this is what should
grubs.
always happen if you freeze on like
Yes,
this timing.
yes.
And it's not that it's okay for both sides, you know, but I do think they should try to match. Yes, I agree. I don't think Ezreal should base on the freeze. He should just be like slow pushing, to make sure his team gets these first grubs. Yeah, in my opinion. So he can freeze for like a wave or two, or maybe even three. You know, like while Ashe comes back, and then once Ashe is back in lane, deny her for like one wave, and then start pushing on like the 445 wave. Like start playing for slow push, and then you can actually match. Yeah.
Yeah, the E from Moss is bad.
It's just
Like, yeah,
it's
he's
just really
looking for the
unfortunate because
W combo. It's just not good. Yeah.
it's really important that this side can be winning while the other side's losing 2v1. So yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this makes it so that Renekton, like, ends up being behind inside, because I think Kayn gets Iceborne Gauntlet, like, super fucking early now, which hurts. And not to mention the Ezreal lead. It's still up a level, but not as good as what it could have been. And, I mean, this is the other thing that is so OP for me about Ashe. It literally does not matter that you're down a level at this phase of the game. And just, like, being
She
Ashe.
does nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, like your levels just do not really matter as this champion. You're still gonna pick up your farm, and you're still gonna be Ashe later on. It's fine. This is a good play for FlyQuest.
Yep. No TPs though, so like all they can really do is play grubs. This is the other issue, like, or not even issue, but just the point about losing the first grubs is now Gen G can they can choose to do this play where FlyQuest can't make
Yeah.
their own. Yeah. Oh man. Pretty sure Bwipo just shouldn't be here unless he can die for the wave successfully. If he can get the whole wave, it's probably worth it, but yeah.
I mean, good play to snowball the grubs too. Like they just sack second grubs, take the first three, and do this. I like this so much with teams that like get first three grubs too. I feel like Gen G, like the way they snowball this, is really, really, really good. Nice. Oh no. I really like this play from Gen G. Going like the sacking of second grubs to do this is actually so good. I'm a little bit surprised if FlyQuest again elected to swap out of this.
Yeah, let me see from here or
Yeah, like I don't know why FlyQuest swapped out. I think like again they really need to play second grubs, but Gen G just kind of get their way with it.
no, what? Go back. Something bad happened to Ezreal. Or okay, one more time. Maybe like 30 more seconds. Yeah. Because okay, Ezreal is winning now. Like objectively, he's like winning push, and they win 2v2. Even though he died, I think they're still fine. Ezreal just needs to have more mana and like not be forced to recall. I think is what's important.
I think you recall
And
here.
if Master needs to recall, he must base now.
Yeah. No, that's
This
a
is
good
the timing
call.
if you're gonna have to base.
Yeah, no, the
'Cause-
humping doesn't matter at all. The humping
Or
is
he
just a
just has
waste
to
of time.
conserve mana, but
Yes.
you know cookies don't give mana anymore, and
Yeah.
Ezreal just burns through mana.
Yeah.
Because The other thing is like Ezreal could have just given push, but he cannot be in this
Yeah.
condition and basing like this.
No,
It's, like,
that's a really good
not
catch. That's a really good catch. Like
This is
yeah,
why it's so messed up for Bwipo.
yeah. This needs to be based on when the wave crashes.
Yeah, yeah. He can even just like run mid, for example, and Orianna. No, I think he just bases, yeah, and normal lanes.
Yeah. No, that's a really good catch. I did not catch that because it does really scuff up the next play for Blippo. Actually, like not
Well, the
just
only
not
choice
recalling.
now is Bwipo opens kind of bot
Yes.
fully, and just they trade sides, but they're down a wave. You see, like
Yeah.
Ezreal has to catch, so it doesn't feel good for Bwipo.
The TP is really smart from Keen too because he doesn't go on the cannon minion. Like by going on this minion, he actually allows the cannon to crash when Blippo sacks this, so they actually still get the cannon dive too. Like actually really intelligent TP. And the Hens just walks it out. Nice.
I would be shocked if he did that on purpose, Cubby. I would almost be willing to bet he did
really?
not TP on the yeah.
I probably not. I think
I'm
if
curious,
if he's
I
thinking
don't
about that
think
as
so.
like at all, I think it's really smart.
I'll ask the top later and see what they
Yeah,
think.
yeah, we'll
But
min
I
max
don't
some
think
shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know if Zamudo would come up with that one. He's like the min maxer.
Yeah, that guy's a gremlin. He is a good gremlin though. Yeah, I mean, Cassante being at this item break point is so big. Like a lot of what some teams are doing, like I think Top did it, is they were playing Cassante into Yone comps and then funneling Cassante to get Iceborne Gauntlet early, and then they would just use that to fuck Yone. Because Yone has to go Greaves, and so you get the timer where you have Iceborne versus no Bork, and the Yone cannot play the game. And then when he gets Bork, you're ahead with Bramble. Yeah, it's actually really good. Like the Cassante.
People should still be playing Cassante mid. I also think. I don't know what happened to it, but
mid
I
laners didn't like to
digress.
play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean these conditions are just terrible for FlyQuest. This is a really good look from the Hens. I love what the Hens does here after this play. Like if you watch the Hens in this deploy, it's actually so filthy. Any rumors on Surdy getting a team this coming year? He said on the Dr. Respawn podcast that he had 2 NA teams that were interested in him, and I know he has offers in EU too, in LEC and ERL. So there is interest. I look at the value that the Hens gets here, because he clears out this ward, control ward, and then he just gets lost. I mean, I like the look and the idea from Quad on the Pays. I do. Like, they know they can't play Drake because of the bot wave, so it's going to go take his flash. But the Hens, like, gets so much work done, and then finds this insane R angle.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's really good.
Yeah.
I can't believe this guy lives. How does Quad live? Oh, because Sejul's in Maokai. Maokai couldn't Q. I think Maokai should actually just Q flash there.
Yeah.
If he was like really thinking about it, and it's a guaranteed Orianna kill. Like R Q flash. Watch. He shouldn't W. Just Q flash.
Yes. And then you chase. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, good call.
Because it should be a guaranteed kill. He's hot. I was wondering how Orianna lives. Inspired played it really well though to Maokai. That was like super insane awareness actually.
Yeah. Hey, Alma, thanks for the tip. I really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Yeah. If it is the Q flash from the Hens, he's actually just the GOAT. The ult from Keen's really good too.
Tristana is also just full hitting top. Like
yeah, it's the map's really good.
Brutal. I think I'm curious what is about to happen for Fly. I think they should look to TP on this Tristana, like double TP or something. But Orianna has to TP mid. Like I was thinking about these flank wards on Trist. Maybe they can do something on the top lane, but they're just they're getting run around the map a bit.
Timing could be great, but like you said, Cubby.
TJ Krug, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I mean, Genji's map is already so good. And I'm 100% with you that their comp, like, it scales really well this game. This is where the scaling of Nidalee just doesn't get enough credit, because, again, the 70% attack speed steroid for 7 seconds is just so filthy. Like, being able
It's
to
just
buff up
into the
Ash
enemy champs,
Trist,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
it's so filthy. You neutralize Ezreal poke from it, pretty much. And then you make it so, like, the Renekton Sedge, I mean, this front line, if it doesn't get ahead, it falls behind just in scaling. And so at this point, like, you're already able to toast. And then again, Ash really warps the game. I also really appreciate how everyone is, like, everyone kind of adopted the Masu Ash build with a Kraken PD. I just like to go straight DPS single target Ash because it is really good.
Mm.
All right, Chovy finds quad on a
oh
ward.
man, he's just on a ward.
I think he's clearing out the ward, or no, he doesn't have sweep.
I think without flash, he just can't. He
Yeah.
just can't be tri-bush. Yeah.
The Chovy ends up finding the
Unfortunately.
buffer on the inspired ult too.
Yeah.
He does get stuck, so like they do give it to. No, they don't give it to Masu. At least Masu gets a piece though. I actually really like the E from Masu here. Yeah, I feel like he maxed out of the range he got.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Not good.
It's not
but
brutal.
no, but they're just gonna lose on bot
yeah,
here.
they missed a
Yeah.
lane.
Like to me, this game is like every time Fly makes
Yeah,
every time a play occurs, Genji's getting up +1 wave minimum, like over and over.
yeah, and then Keen like gets to pick this up and freeze it, and then just continue to fuck Bwipo. Like, and the XP advantage is really big for him. Like he's up a half a level, and the wave's better for him. Yeah,
Oh, spear missed
really,
too.
yeah,
That's why it
really
wasn't
nice
like a
find.
complete one shot.
Yeah. And the fact that I actually really like how Genji dropped this dragon, by the way. I know they lose the hands for it, so their hands kind of forced. I think the Genji should have played the drop this dragon entirely
Okay,
and just play in the top. Yeah.
Both tops no CP.
Like they could add Chovy fix bot, they give the wave, and then they can proactively like grubs top and I think maybe threaten for 2.
I think they would fight if this guy
no,
didn't
they don't have
die,
Herald.
to be honest. Yeah, I think they would and should like try to fight.
Okay.
At least fight around mid.
Yeah, they would just
if
need to
this guy
get
doesn't
Keen
die.
down. Yeah. It's like for me, Keen TP'd to fix that wave, which is why I was kind of thinking just play towards top. Regardless, I think the solution from Genji to fight afterwards is really good. Like for me, Genji could have made this play
This
earlier.
guy's dead.
No. Can Bwipo play this one better?
No.
No.
Well, not this part at least.
That's really nasty. Really nasty from Canyon.
Man, like again, I don't think Quad should ever be TPing this. He should just
Yeah.
like go back for me to when they're on the dragon. Like
Just play bot out. Play bot to outer.
well,
Accept that
no,
you're
but
late.
go back more still. Like how does Chovy even get this wave for free?
Because
Or maybe it's not for
they're
free.
playing Drake through mid.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's how
I'm
they get
with
this
you
guy?
though.
Okay.
Don't TP. Just play bot out to fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think they have no choice. And then come Baron, they'll be in a good spot if they just trade objectives here.
Yeah.
Like Oriana will be so fed.
Yeah. No,
think
I'm with you. They missed
this is
out on
not
not
good.
funneling Ori. But I do
Yeah.
like the early pen too from Ori. We haven't really talked about like boots and comps, but I will say
Yeah,
that
it's good. It looks good.
yeah, it's really good this game. And the 4 treads from Genji are also really good. I think 4 treads matter a lot from Genji. That's one thing I liked earlier in the comps. Like for me, a lot of
Well, I
supports.
don't know. At least like some of them. Like I don't know if Tristana should have, but
I think she needs for
like
matchup,
everyone else thinks good.
regardless.
Yeah,
So it's fine.
probably.
One thing that I did like though from FlyQuest and like something I've been looking at a little bit more with comps is when do teams pick Ashe and Nautilus, or not Ashe and Nautilus, Alistar and Nautilus to like try and decrease or de-incentivize the treads by. Because like those champs, yeah, like uniquely, like I mean, I think Leona. I had Leona as the most picked and most death champ coming into this. I thought Leona was going to be best support. It ended up being Rel. I think that like for me, Leona was still actually kind of underrated on this patch. I feel like FlyQuest had a really good read with Leona.
Yep, I agree.
Because I mean, Rel, you get your Thanos timer with Flash, but Leona, like comparing Rel to Leona, if you don't have Flash, you are just infinitely more valuable as
Ooh.
Leona, and your ult's a lot lower CD, and you can really pressure. I thought Leona would be #1 support anyway. Yeah, like that champ's really valuable or vulnerable to treads though, and like Sejuani Leona comps, like you're just gonna get Merc treads into it. So being able to pick like Ali or Nautilus in those scenarios, and maybe de-incentivize treads can sometimes be really valuable.
I think people have just been playing less carry jungle is why there's less Leona, honestly.
Yeah.
There's been so much tank jungle this tournament.
Everyone's banning Ziggs too. So like there's no Leona Ziggs. Oh yeah. Like Ziggs has been most banned up until now.
Oh, okay. I was curious what happened to Ziggs. Like
I don't know.
Series, this tourney.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting Ash B1s.
So
it's Ash B1s and no Ziggs picks. I'm really surprised. I think that's something to look out for semis for sure. I mean, okay. Ziggs came out in Game 5, and Ziggs was Thanos pick in Game 5.
Bans, yeah.
It's Thanos pick in Game 5. Yeah, Kadrill's website is tracking the world's pick'ems. I don't think it's most banned anymore. I think it's Aurora now, but Ziggs was leading for a while. Ziggs only works with 80 mids. I mean, pretty much, yeah. But I think that they're still playable. They're just not as strong, which has honestly been the really fun part about this meta. This tournament meta has been fantastic. That's one thing. Like, this tournament's been so fun because of the meta.
And it still feels like you can play something unique if you want, like pretty much any role.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Chovy put 80 mid in the majority of the games here. No, it's not, but 80s are still playable. I think that a lot of teams were incentivized to ban Ziggs because it just took away a lot of the 80 strats that teams would play. That was the only mage, like AP champ, that some of the teams in the tournament were willing to play bot. And it does make sense. Like, Ziggs' barrier for execution bot is a lot lower than playing something like Cinder bot, which I think is really, really hard to execute, but was something I was expecting to see in this tournament that we didn't see.
I think that's also why we haven't seen that much Azir, because like all the 80 mids are just being counterpicked. Like if people were blinding Tristana, I think we'd see Azir.
Yeah.
If they were blinding any 80 mid but Yone, I think we'd see Azir. But yeah.
Yeah, I've been really surprised at how Azir is like just straight up missing. The W.
They only buffed him versus 80 matchups, I think is why.
W from
like his mage matchups are still quite bad.
Yeah. W from the Hens is really good here. It denied the Blippo dash, like the flash 2 from Pays, so Renekton doesn't get a second E. And the Hens gets positioned on like the perfect side of the fight from following Blippo there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little ambitious from Blippo.
Yeah, this is GG.
Maybe they've... Yeah.
I think it has been GG,
Blippo should really let the fight start elsewhere, but it's hard to say. It's really hard for him to play.
I mean, the way to play this is that you try and... the dream for Blippo is that honestly he gets both Ash sums and then it's like a 1-for-1 and they just are able to reset fight and then you get a better player for the future fight. Also, what happened with Inspired ult? Inspired had a weird fight here. Because he gets rooted. I mean, Busio had a really nice fight.
To combo together, yeah.
The fact that...
but like Blippo's already dead, you know, like I think ideally Blippo is like fighting someone isolated or like he's going in second this game.
And Inspired missed
unless
ult.
he has a really good flank.
Yeah. Because of the shockwave.
I don't know how much it would even do, but yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, at least you can lock up Chovy from not autoing here. Yeah.
Yeah. And like slow their back line.
Yeah, Genji plays it out really well. Yeah. All right. Zero takes too much time to be useful. He doesn't bully the same way he did too. Like a lot of his matchups got worse because they nerfed the W level or like rank 1 through 5. That changed a lot when I started. Like I got smart enough to view patch notes and like, okay, whatever abilities they're changing, like what are the champions gonna skill, and then like using that to kind of judge like how does that affect the patch. For whatever reason, it just took me like a while to think about patches like that. Like, I definitely didn't view patches like that as a player, which is kind of dumb on my part, but I was never... There's a reason I never got out of high diamond very often. Have you been playing any League in the new split or the new season, Keel?
A couple of in-houses, but not
Okay.
really, no.
Yeah. I think current like life patch is actually pretty fun. They just kind of nerfed like all items across the board. It feels nice. There's just like more chances to play the game, you know?
Mm-hmm. I like the durability patch when it came out too, like the initial one.
Yeah, I was always a fan of like season 5, season 6 League. I know it was too slow for competitive, but like the fights, like the length of fights for me was like I want to get multiple rotations, cooldowns off in fights. You know, it's just more fun that way.
Yeah, I agree.
The game's more fun if you're able to like actually play the fights.
I feel like that about shooting games too. Like I hate CS:GO and Val because
Yeah.
you just die in one bullet. It's not my style.
It makes a 10 times better spectator sport, I will say, because like
When
you
they
just
die
get
quick?
yeah, like you just get it's high
for, like,
stakes,
the
high
hype
octane.
moments,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always jealous of like the pops
I
that
like his
audiences
TP.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a short TP.
It's fine. It's just funny.
No, it's required. Really nice ult from Cubby actually. And yeah, it's just fight over. And then he buffered the shockwave too. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
This draft was winnable. I think. Yeah.
Things got
It's
out of
just
control really
not
early.
as scaling. You know that it's harder for them to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that how far like if
And they don't
anything
get behind.
someone asked in chat earlier, like what was like one big takeaway or like one big thing the FlyQuest could have done better to maybe win this series? I think how they played around Grubs is probably the biggest note. In game 3, they sacked him when they didn't have to. And that game, I feel like Gen G just like really abused the fuck out of first Grubs. Like they completely sacked Paze's game to get first Grubs. And then it ended up being like the game-winning move. Okay, so that's our draft.
Other than that, like just the lane swap stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Gen G, they banned Ashe.
Kind of messing up the lane swaps, yeah.
I really appreciate
Mhm.
this. I feel like later in the tournament, like it's about time that we start seeing teams try and trade out the OPs. Like I don't think Aurora is a game-defining ban. I really don't. You should be able to play champs into this, and I feel like some champs like have not been tried into it that are good, like Ryze. For me, the Yone Skarner trade, personally, I like my theory right now is that I think that Skarner is the defining pick. But I will say for FlyQuest, I didn't like Inspired on Skarner, so I'm fine with the Yone. But we kind of give Gen G Thanos.
You just cannot pick Fiddlesticks or Callista this early in draft, I think, is all. Like to get like picking Fiddlesticks this early, like for one, the Maokai saplings and like / Maokai ult are like so impossible to find Fiddlesticks angles against. Like you really need to know, I feel, the enemy bot lane to play Fiddle like this.
Yeah.
And then their ADC like is all Fly's draft just all have the same weakness, right? Like they don't have anything that can actually reach.
They have no range.
Yeah.
I think that this.
But they also don't have insane engage. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean this draft is just so Gen G favored. Like everything about this draft is good for Gen G for me. I think that
I'm guessing.
I think the bot lane pick was just huge.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't particularly like Fly's 4/5 bans. It should probably be like literally Maokai Ziggs or like Maokai something. And then I'm guessing they don't want to flex Yone at all either to top. So
yeah, that was mentioned.
They could just take Rumble, you know? Like just take Rumble 2/3 would be great.
Yeah.
Take like ADC Callista Rumble, and then your jungle can go 4/5. He can adapt. Would be pretty good.
Yeah. I saw also like if you were willing to play Yone top, picking Yasuo, which is a little bit harder than Skarner, but is winning in the Smolder.
Yeah.
And you'd have Yone Yasuo, which is actually a really explosive fight, which would have been good for FlyQuest.
And then imagine like jungle can look for. You can play like Lilia. You could even go Gragas. Like you have options to actually like change the draft, but I feel like once they pick Ziggs, I don't even know what Fly can pick to like be winning.
Yeah, the Ziggs was game ending.
So, yeah.
That was the other big change, is that the Rumble game we saw earlier was played on blue side, so they got to respond with Galio on 3, and not this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, like maybe they should do like just Renata and just be like, okay, we're just gonna win lane and stack every dragon. Like maybe that's their best angle at this point.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's better than what they played, but
I
yeah.
I think that Ziggs ban would have been nice. I think that they thought there was enough magic damage where they wouldn't want to threaten Ziggs ban, but for me, Ziggs has more value than MF, even if MF is a sound ban. And I like the Rakan
Yeah.
ban because we've seen a lot of Xayah Rakan with Skarner, which is actually a hella good combo. And Xayah Rakan's playable in the Callista, so I thought Rakan ban you don't change. I could argue changing MF for Ziggs. And then I'm a little
I
bit
still think Maokai is better though. Like just like
then Xayah Rakan.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, specifically for Fiddle.
Into
like,
Fiddle, yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, I thought Maokai was really broken this game. Because you get the Scout Fiddle, and then you have something that can outrange him. Yeah.
There's no more Predator in the game.
Yeah.
And like, other than scouting, like if a Maokai sapling spots a Fiddle like effigy, it will just pop the effigy too.
Yeah.
So he like is killing your wards from range.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Like, the same thing is actually Dr. Mundo Cleaver. If you throw it at an effigy, it will just kill it.
Yeah.
So like any like Ezreal Q, I think too. Like any like skill shot will just yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's like an impossible task for Inspired. I also his clear was we'll talk about it, but
Okay.
not the quickest.
Okay.
Like he didn't do like the super hard fiddle clear that's like high risk. And yeah.
Yeah. The I don't know. I thought these Maokai picks in 4-5 or games 4 and 5 were just massive. Yeah,
I agree.
Thomas says Callista too early. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah,
I get
I
the
think
Callista
Kali and
to
Fiddle too
deny.
early.
I will say, like, Skarner Smolder Callista is a pretty decent core for Gen G. I feel like there was a lot of motivation to deny that because of how good Pays is and the Hens is at piloting Callista comps, but...
I actually agree. I think if they went Kali Rumble, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
But they can't take jungle plus Callista. Or if they do, it has to be a different jungler.
Yeah, and they...
For example, if they take like literally like Sejuani or like Maokai jungle, like any tank engage like a Jarvan or something, like then it's more acceptable because they can do stuff like thinking. I don't know, they can look for like Rakan angle themselves or Renata and like have follow up or like an AP top laner that can actually reach backline. But I think they were like, yeah, I just think it was really hard.
All right. I mean, I think that FlyQuest, they need standard lanes this game. And I assume the high risk clear, you're able to pull... Can you still pull Raptors and Red at the same time? If you effigy over the wall?
And you can do Red and Krugs at the same time. You do all of them at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's really hard. Like I've tried it so much. It's really not easy.
Yeah. Really,
but I
like
think he literally like mostly one camp them.
Okay.
Like here you'd walk up to the...
I think he tried
you do
it.
the Krugs over the wall with a smite.
Yeah, I think he's trying it right now. I mean, I can't see, but it
looks like he
kind of
smited
looks
the
like
Krugs
it.
and failed it, honestly.
Yeah.
He might have just failed it.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, it looks like you smite the Krugs over the wall and then you kill it in 2 Fiddle Ws. But yeah. He probably failed it, so yeah, it looks like he had to get fully off red buff. So now he's just full killing his red buff, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this wave was so tragic for Quad. I mean, I think one of the funniest things about this, like, if FlyQuest were to win, is that Chovy would have lost to an NA team and lost to his, like, old backup on DRX, which would have been hilarious. But this wave, Quad misses, like, everything. And mostly just, like, from, like, where the CS is at. Yeah. I mean, like, look at, like, where the creeps are at.
Yeah, I see.
It's brutal. That W was bad, because he could have used that W to set something else up. Yeah. And Chovy gets 225 so fucking early this game. I think he gets it like 19-20.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, I mean Chovy Chovy hadn't had a lot of games in this series where it's like, okay, Chovy like 1v9 until this one. This was one of the bigger 1v9s. I think the biggest one I've seen was still Knight in game 3 of BOG HOE on the Silas. I don't know if you've been watching all the games in this tournament, but oh my god, that Silas game was ridiculous. You know, like look at
which game? Sorry.
Game 3 of BLG HOE when Knight played the Silas.
Oh, I did see that one.
Yeah, he just completely 1v9 the game.
Yep. Also, no lane swap is kind of interesting. I don't know.
I think the only way you can play this is with standard lanes.
For which side, FlyQuest?
Yes.
No, I think they should have tried something like, because it's kind of good for Fiddle. Well,
It is good
sorry,
for
it doesn't
Fiddle if
actually-
they get a split map,
yeah.
but it didn't matter this game. Because Fiddle
I
still
just
got the
feel like-
super clear.
Uh-huh. No, but the way I feel about these standard lanes is like, how does anything happen? Like,
Yes.
they need to have like a side to dive on, or they just need something to be able to happen.
Yeah, this is also where I didn't like the set pick, and I guess
Uh-huh.
we didn't offer solutions for the set pick. I wanted just Ornn or Cassante here.
Ornn would be great. Yes.
Yeah.
Ornn would be fantastic.
Yeah. Ziggs, like, it's good in the Ziggs, it's showing. Because, like, the issue with playing into Ziggs, right, is that if you're too low range, then Ziggs fucks you. But at least with Ornn, you get R.
Cubby, literally, this is Fiddlestick's top angle, and you play Nocturne jungle too.
Unironically, Fiddle...
If you're Merwin, yeah.
Unironically, Fiddle top and Rumble's good.
Just like as an example, because, yeah.
This was good defense by Blippo. Like, he just didn't take shit for that dive. But, like, again, you're just down because you pick set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I am a fan of the set champ. Like, when JoJo was playing the shit mid in the Silas, like, I think his set is just unbelievable. And this pick was, like, actually good back then. Blippo played this really well, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, Blippo cannot play this much better than, like, what he's actually doing, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why I feel they should have tried, if not a level 1 lane swap, like swapping at some point in the game and like forcing
I think sets just piss useless in swaps, which is why they felt like they had the standard. Because if not, I am kind of with you.
Well, how does he build this game? Do you know? Like
he goes Stridebreaker.
Okay.
Stridebreaker stacks.
I think Set can build different ways though. Like I don't think
you can rush.
I think he can function. He can function like low econ.
Yeah.
Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Also,
but also just like why not be Ornn or Cassante? You know.
Oh, I mean I agree.
Yeah.
I think.
What about Inspired, by the way? We didn't look at runes.
Oh, he just has Ignite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the spell book? I like the fact he took the tonic point. I think tonic point's really
good,
OP on Fid, yeah.
Fiddlestick just has no other rune. Like there's no Predator isn't in the game.
Yeah.
Electrocute's okay.
I miss Predator.
And so is like First Strike's okay, but they're not good, so spell looks good.
I didn't hate it, no.
Yeah. You can at least like you can do like some TP plays too late game, like to try and cheese your way to finding an angle.
Yeah.
It's like the main purpose of it. You can even have like TP plus flash, for a flank.
Yeah.
In theory. It didn't happen, but that's like the theory. It feels so bad to be giving these neutrals too, like.
Yeah.
Can you rewind to maybe like 7 minutes? Like.
Yeah, do you just want to see how first grubs went down?
Yeah. Well, the grubs I kind of saw like, okay, like we're just trading plates for Kalista, kind of.
Yeah, they just got forced off.
Yeah.
That's Rumble
it's
versus
just Rumble
set.
too.
Yeah,
Rumble Maokai. Yeah, it's really scary.
I think it's really smart that Genji bled out set here.
Oh, like prior, yeah.
Yeah, like the fact they got set alt.
Kenyon skipped Scruggs for it, and now
yeah,
Fly's fight is so much worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Keen just gets to press R and walk at him. Keen was really big in the last 2 games this series.
Is the real thing.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, they're at least able to play fast through this. Kane doesn't really lose much because Pays had bought in. But they don't stick with it. So I guess the temp just like gone wayward. I don't mind the idea though. Because like Blippo, I think as set uniquely can kind of survive this, but there are other champs that can do this.
Yeah, I mean this is like
he
he knows his limits type of play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely. I honestly think he was guaranteed dead if Kenny
Yeah,
hits R. But
yeah. If Kenny
yeah.
hits a shit, he dies. But he did play it out nicely.
Okay, and now Callista is going top.
We
And I
do have
don't
a.
really understand why.
I don't either, because they should just be playing the dragon. I think that they. That's another thing we can look at. I think I just should have dragon here.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Like
so
the
too.
Skarner shows, like I mean, we force Rumble
I
a
don't
lot.
think we ever care about this Rumble, no.
No, I don't think so
I think
either.
Callista can take like one play into Dragon and then
Yeah, I care
probably
10
just back to
times
Krug's red
more.
buff.
You
Yeah.
are on a timer this game, and Ocean Drake means you're gonna roll a better soul. They got really unlucky with the Chem Soul, but like you do the fucking Drake.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand the logic behind the top move because now from Genji perspective, now okay, they have double base timing, so they can just
Yep.
match you if they
Yep.
want.
Yep. And if they don't match, then Dragon's free.
Yeah, like look, they even like, yeah, we can choose anything we want.
Yeah.
Ziggs can even ult the wave if he's in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. And then the like to boot mid just is just Yone versus Smolder. He'll never have push. Like he's just catching until Bork essentially.
Yeah.
So like there's no bailout from mid this game. So
Yeah. That and then Chovy just like ends up, farming his ass
to
off.
me, if you're drafting like Fiddle Callista, you need to just be like we are flipping the dragon fight. Like I'm fighting. Like I don't care.
Okay.
And they kind of tried to do that on the Grubs, but then I think Grubs is the only place it's hard because the Rumble's actually so strong.
Yeah.
But Dragon side, I think they should be happy to just take the objectives, stack
Yeah.
dragons, and like force Genji to walk into them one time in the game for like soul fights and third fights.
It's funny because something I do feel like FlyQuest did really well in this tournament is being willing to drop stuff and realizing that that's not the game. But looking back at the series, I think that some of the drops they had like did really hurt them because they just dropped at moments where they didn't have to. Like the dragon
It just
here,
depends on their
the
draft
grubs
so
and other
much.
games.
Like some of the
yeah.
Iron games, I think it's good what they do.
Yes, 100%.
But this is just not the same stylistic.
No,
comp as
definitely
well.
not.
Yeah.
That's why I really like Gen. Like I know that Inspired in the post game interview said that Gen G started to have like really good adjustments. I do feel like Gen G had good adjustments into them.
Yeah.
Because like
I
they
agree.
made sure they had like some form of scaling and like some form of winning sides in all their drafts that ended up winning, and it really really hurt FlyQuest. Second grubs go over, which is fine. FlyQuest did prio that really heavily.
Yeah.
But it's still Chovy at 132, 12 minutes in. That's filthy.
Go back for me. Like I don't particularly understand this Callista based timing either. Like I was thinking like, okay, nice.
See what Callista gets. Oh, I mean, Callista does get 1,500 plus worth of gold.
I just don't like timings like this where they can push this with their jungle on their side. I feel they should at least be taking Tribush before they recall, because they're just gonna be down. I just don't even understand like how do they make progress in this game if they do this? So
you think
me,
they have to commit to playing this lane out?
Well, they should. No. They have to commit to this wave, in my opinion. They cannot give Genji this wave for free.
Yeah, they've given
kind of like flipped the wave,
They've given Gen G a lot of instances where both sides get shoved and then they just get to do whatever the fuck they want on the map.
Yes, and I don't really understand what's happening because they had their jungle on their side and like the item, they're down items, right? But like Fiddle is still like against the flashless Ziggs, like they can still trade for one wave and then base. But go back to the Callista base. It's just too late if she's gonna base. Like go back more to when she's hitting wave. Okay, wave.
Oh yeah, the other wave's like already
blow it up
in her.
base,
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're too slow, and now they're just down tempo both sides.
Yeah, I could argue too that like in order to make this work, Blippo should, because like it is a mistake, but if you still want it, Blippo should at least play the next wave and then TP, so you just lose TP for this.
Or yes, like I even think that
it's not terrible.
I don't know. I just think Fly have not enough urgency in their gameplay for what they should.
Yeah.
Like even if Fiddlesticks isn't there, like just flash for flash trading, Callista ult for flash trading, like Yone ulting to get any. He can't really do a 1v1, but
Yeah. They definitely look a lot less
yeah.
practice on this for sure.
Yeah. I think that this is the type of draft where in scrims like it will feel like seamless to play
It's a game 5
because
draft.
everyone's fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you need your players to just press their buttons and fight on stage as well.
Yeah.
In a game 5 of semifinal of quarters at Worlds, like you need them to play that way.
Yeah,
if
they
you're
need
gonna
to play
pick it up.
dumb. They didn't play dumb enough. Like, if FlyQuest Grief, like that's why I was down with the Baron flip. Like, ends up coming. I mean, that was like for me, that was just the right call. But they
Yeah,
needed
it was
to
good,
flip.
it was
They
good.
needed to flip the game way earlier. You know.
Yeah, and they were stronger earlier. They just opted out of the first drive.
Yeah.
And
They opted out of this too.
into a poor grub fight. Like the first grubs, I think it was just not so good.
I mean, the map here is really nice for Genji, but they definitely opt out of this. Like, just given, I mean, this is awful what you were talking about with the last swap timer. The swap timer that we take now to fix the lanes and get Callista back. Oh wait, no, Callista stays. Yeah, I mean, we're just losing probably on sides. Like now, Callista's walking.
No,
and
but
it's...
again, like I don't know. Oh, okay, it's fine. I was just gonna say like Callista's basing, but they're not able to pull Herald while she's coming back. They're just really off sync.
Yeah, they should pull Herald now, by the way. Like, right?
Yes, that's
like,
what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I
right
mean.
on this, like, right fucking now they should do the Herald, which they are not.
Well, if Callie's gonna base on the 14-minute wave, then they need to be on Herald as she's walking back mid, or there's no point in her recalling. In my opinion, like otherwise she should just stay bot and they should be playing to her, but they're just not making progress in any way. And like very tangibly getting outscaled in this game. Without dragons at least. Also, Inspire's just been stuck on Ignite. It's really
Yeah, someone in chat
unfortunate,
brought that
yeah.
up. I think it's a bad spellbook swap. I would have rather had him just sit on TP. I know it's
Spellbook
early.
is just-
Like,
yeah.
just like go sit on TP and see what the fuck happens, you know?
I think like Keel,
He hasn't been able to smite
Barrier,
shit.
Ghost,
Yeah.
personally. Just anything you can pop. You don't actually want to take TP this early.
Okay.
Because you're only gonna get like 2 per game max.
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
spellbook. So you need to make sure you have like a decent one for late game, but this is really not good either. Yeah.
I mean, I actually like the setup here from FlyQuest, but Cubby's smart to. I mean, he doesn't have to. All they have to do is just hold their defensive lines, which Genji is doing well.
Yeah, which is why it was important for Fly to have like 2.5 dragons already or 3.
Yeah, or like any sort of grub
force the
advantage.
enemy to enter their zone.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that the game's at this state, like, is it even? Yes. Is FlyQuest behind? Yes. You know? Like,
Yeah.
it's even on
Yeah,
paper,
like,
but it's not even.
significantly.
Yeah.
This is close, but it's just like Quad can't actually follow up without dying. He tried to, but yeah.
I thought Quad played this really nice to the open.
Yeah, he did.
And then that
so
Q
well.
is just bad. Like, he needs to sit on his empowered Q until this comes. For me. So, like, he needs to sit on this Q3.
I don't even know if he can. Oh, okay. Yeah. Or just, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Q the TP and then Q
Yeah.
the wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just not even Q at all.
Yes.
Both are fine.
Yeah, hold until it lands or hold.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, Busio, I'm really down for this from Busio. Kane's reaction is really good. Like, the fact that Kane
wow.
reacted out of that's actually kind of insane. I like the idea from Busio. This is a kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then map state bad. And Genji gets to just fully recover. I think it is obvious, but still trading flash for flash, it's trading up with Rumble, and you at least force Kane to make the outplay, so it's fine. Any player can't be praised, GG.
Yeah, it is obvious as fuck, but
Yeah.
he's like,
At least you get flash for flash. It
doesn't
still
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Nice find on Namasu.
Oh, it just feels like so dread. Like I'm just
Yeah,
dreading
like
the game. Like
I mean, the Hens is so good for this, by the way. Like he sees this ward get placed, and then he just fogs up and sneaks into a really lit pocket. I don't think Masu saw him here.
I don't know.
I don't think he
It's
did.
really close.
I mean, if he did
Yeah.
and he walks up, then he's Omega trolling. So I'm gonna give Masu the benefit of the doubt here.
I
But
see. I
yeah,
see.
well, Hens like R and then preemptively flash was really good. Just guarantees one
Mhm.
shot. It also pays not using Satchel there as late game Ziggs. Very good. You like if you can take the tower, do not waste your Satchel. I see a lot of noobs waste Satchel.
Oh yeah, like when it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Pays' Ziggs was really good. I mean, I know that LCK was like owning with the Ziggs pick
He's kind of known for it.
all
Yeah.
year. I think there were just so many teams in LCK where you just could not give them Ziggs because the game would just end. I feel like it was like all the top teams that were just not T1.
True. Yeah. Hanwha and Genji. Were
Yeah,
for sure,
you gave
like,
Viper
big
Ziggs,
teams.
game over.
Yeah.
You gave Pei Ziggs, game over. Even Dom 1 with aiming, his Ziggs was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this is a good play.
First ignite.
Yeah,
oh God.
he finally
That was
gets
a
access
good
to Smite.
16-minute ignite. Yeah.
He hadn't had Smite for like 12 minutes. It's so nice
Yeah.
to be playing Fid, no?
That's like you just spellbook, bro.
Yeah.
You really need to be careful.
It does suck that Ali got this. Because I mean,
I don't
this
even
was
think
a
it
good setup.
matters. Genuinely. I guess Yone getting the gold maybe matters, but no
Yeah.
one else, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think Yone gold would have mattered for Stridebreaker, but still. I was surprised at how much Whippo was keeping up in this matchup, by the way. I thought Rumble would toast set a little bit more. I guess his W does a little bit more legwork than I thought with the like regen you get in the kit.
Mm-hmm.
I was down with FlyQuest dropping this dragon and going to fix all their lanes. This dragon, I've been a big proponent of Chemtech Dragon, and Chem Soul can sometimes make a really big impact on games. Not this game. I just don't think this dragon matters at all.
They must just feel like it's too late to care, right? And like they're just gonna like keep tempo and look for like Baron vision. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like FlyQuest benefits more from the Drake. This Drake just doesn't fall. Like, it doesn't affect the fight that Chovy has.
Yeah.
All right. So the issue about this was that they hit the blast plant. No, that's what people were talking about. That Blippo hits this plant, and it gives it away.
I don't know what people were saying. Well, let's see.
Or the fact that they hit this plant gives it away. That's what Twitter was talking about. The one inspired hits right here. I didn't like completely hide it. Like they should have hit that towards Baron.
It showed they were walking that way.
Yeah, because like you're gonna see.
Okay, I suppose. Yeah.
The ping that comes out on the control board. This is what Twitter was going on about. I mean, again, I'm really down for this play from FlyQuest. I really am.
I think they should do it regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. I was super down from this play. Well, I think the logic, or like what Twitter pointed out, is that you're gonna see Pays was walking to the dragon, and then it hits the ward, and Pays immediately books it out of here. Like so, like they sack, and then the fight comes in. The Keen ult's
I would
really
just
good.
argue that Pays would realize like 1 to 2 seconds later at like no pro player is gonna like be this ignorant in my opinion. Like someone will realize it like maybe a millisecond later. Like
I agree. I didn't think it was a big deal. I think it's the right call from FlyQuest.
I think that's
it just wasn't
not a real take. Yeah.
I think the one thing that FlyQuest could have or should have done is Blippo doesn't need to do Krugs coming out of this. It's like Blippo's on Krugs and he ends up being late to Baron. And
ideally, Whippo is tanking Baron, and
Fiddle
is like
walks
flanking.
In. Yes, like he's here now.
Like Fiddle just goes into their jungle and waits for them to come. While, like Kalista set 2-man, you know.
Yeah, that can work too.
That's kind of how you have to play this terrible champion Fiddlesticks, yeah. Because like, imagine Fiddle's like in the Raptor pit right now.
Yeah.
While Kalista's like just waiting for Rend, right, and then they just turn.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of the most.
Go. Sorry.
I just think that it's okay to flip, but
I'm pro flip.
Equally,
yeah,
same. As long as he doesn't die.
Yeah.
I agree. The main thing is Bwipo has to like feel the urgency and
Yeah.
like know that he has to be here.
I
Yeah.
think if Bwipo was here like now, is it reasonable to say that if Bwipo's here at the start, they do another 3k damage to this thing? I mean,
They do another like 1500 minimum.
it does matter with Callista.
It would be like
Because what
I think it'd be around 3000 health. with
Bwipo would be here like right now. So let's say
Yeah,
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
4, 5.
6.
You have it sped up too, so it's hard to
7.
count.
Yeah, it was at
Yeah.
2150. So he's on at 10 seconds
10
later.
seconds of hitting. Yeah, it's probably. I think it's almost 2000 damage. I think. Maybe like 1800.
Bwipo should go pop the blast cone. Is that hindsight, Andy? I don't think I mean,
she can't really get to it. You have to flash for it. I think it's hindsight.
no, yeah.
It doesn't have flash either for like 5 seconds.
I mean, I think that him walking to Baron and taking the blast cone away would have been a little bit worth. Like, it wouldn't have been the difference, but I want Bwipo here, like,
The
now.
thing is, they know jungle is on right side of the map, Skarner.
Yeah, I mean, I just want,
So,
like, coming out of replay, like, we just want Bwipo there when it hits. So you could deny blast cone
yeah, it's like
with
go,
that.
go, go.
But...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that best call here is that Bwipo doesn't do Krugs. He walks around, he denies blast cone, and he's on it at 2150 with the boys. And I actually think that they would get it and get out if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good pick. Pick up, like, taking the blast gun away, too. And then Keen has an insane fight.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, then this happens. Unlucky.
So many times with Kali, too.
Not
like,
good, yeah.
Flipping before you get your full Rage Blade is, like, not super
hard.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. The damage goes up so much with Rage Blade.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get double the spears, kind of. Or
Yep.
1.5x the spears or something. Yeah.
Yeah, also Bwipo didn't get W off because of the satchel charge from Pays, which is really nice.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bwipo's ult. Maybe he should just... it's hard to say.
It is hard. I mean, I feel like...
I think he just goes on the Chovy TP.
Oh.
But...
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you,
don't know.
actually. I'm with you. Yeah, because, like, his ult keeps him on Keen's ult, which hurts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just hard, though.
Yeah, it is. Game ends here. Yeah, thanks for the leash.
A little
Genji.
bit, yeah.
I mean, again, I'm super down for the flip. The biggest error that FlyQuest is that they didn't flip until then, quite frankly, you know? I think they needed to flip
early
earlier in the game.
game, it shouldn't have even been flips. They would have just
Yes.
won, like, some dragon
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, you get a good
A
fiddle
little too
ult.
passive, yeah.
Yeah. The Ziggs Maokai picks were really, really, really good from Genji. We'll give him that. We'll give him that for sure. Yeah. Dude, Arrow standing up during that. Like, I just gotta believe it was like during like the Masu
man.
blast cone when he's standing up.
Yeah,
it gets so much funnier if that's the case.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh man. And it is too bad because like the game 5 for me was pretty anticlimactic, but I think the biggest thing about this game 5 is that Genji did show what they're gonna play when their backs are up against the wall. Like for T1, I feel like that's a lot of info they can play with now. And I actually really favor T1 in this matchup, which I know domestically.
I don't trust Genji, bro.
Yeah, I don't trust Genji either. I feel like you can take the Doran out of Genji, but you can't take Doran out of Genji, you know?
Yeah. I just don't think they're like they don't look the same as they did. Like
No.
they're not as clean, they're not as precise.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
They're as good either.
I think it's their bot lane, honestly. Because like for me, Keen and Chovy and Canyon are all playing pretty well. Like Pace and the Hens have like just been fine. I think Lahen's like actually pissed on this game in the last like games 4 and 5 with the Maokai, but like the Hens hasn't really been special outside of that. And the Hens for me is a special player.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on like the reason.
Yeah.
Or at least like as per each individual, but
I mean in Swiss, like I will say in Swiss, like the best of 3 against HLE, they had some really insane moments from that. But I think some of the strats they're playing, like they do have holes. Like I think this Rumble pick is really strong, but I don't know, maybe like it's being such high prioed by T1 and Genji, and I think it's punishable if you pick it that early. Same with Nocturne. Also, like, I mean, T1 just looks like the T1's early game has been the best in the tournament. Like, they just look too insane.
Yeah. I think Genji's early macro still looks super good.
Ash probably
But,
was increased a lot since Swiss. Yeah, Ash ran quarters. I wonder what Ash's record was in quarterfinals, actually. I might go back and look.
It's got to be really high.
Yeah, it's got to be really high. Rumble's not high prio. Kind of depends on the team. I think in the Gen GT1 series, it will be decently high prio. Even if I feel like we are seeing Rumble get picked a little bit too early. Ash prio
Ash is
started
11 and
before.
4 in Worlds so far. Not
Goddamn.
plans.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Weibo's drafts were so lit in their series, by the way. I think that's, like, the type of drafts you should be playing right now.
I believe in Weibo. I think they're so good, like...
I think their strats are really
mechanically
good.
and, like,
Tarzan's
yeah.
insane.
Oh, man. I think this, again, was, like, a decent try from Fly. This is just, like, when you're Fiddle in this game state, it's so hopeless, like...
Yeah, I mean, unironically, this is not the worst
mess
angle.
Up, I don't know what you can do.
Yeah, like, unironically, the worst part about this is that Inspire was spotted first.
This Rumble build is so good, too, by the way. You just go Jack Show third.
Yes,
with,
yes.
Yeah.
It's really based. Fucking
Especially in
Dr.
their comp, yeah.
Dr. Calculus is playing this shit. I was all for it.
Is the Dr. Calculus build?
Yeah.
Good.
He's playing it no Qs. It was really good. Like, Masu just never gets to auto in this fight because of Pays and the Maokai ult. Like, Maokai's just so broken, man. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. I honestly,
he's so good jungle too.
He is. You just have to be good enough to play it. Honestly, the fact that Masu still takes his damage hurts a lot. I thought he was out of this. He saves Flash.
Well, that hit?
Yeah, that hit. Yeah. I don't know if, like, gets the zoom out. We just, like, got a weird looking
a lot of damage
hitbox.
on a canyon, at least, yeah.
Yeah, like, if he flashes, then he
HP.
actually saves some of his health bar. I think Masu using an earlier flash would have been big. Like, again, the angle that the Hens takes makes it really, really hard. And yeah, Chovy just ends the game. I will say, the Chovy Smolder, when we've seen it, it does look like a win con. Like, that's all you need. And
it is crazy to think how many times this champ's been nerfed.
Yeah, and it's still
it's still so OP.
It's just the fight and trading pattern. I swear to God. Like, the fact that you get the slow, and then you can just, like, auto queue and everything, it's tough. Oh, man. All right. Good series from FlyQuest. Yeah. Yeah, like, the grasp, the what green tree gives you, and how you're able to, like, play throughout fights, because a lot of, like, my logic...
Overgrowth grasp, like 300 free HP.
Yeah. Like, when Smolder came out, a lot of the logic that Kelsey had early on was that this champ scales off your front line. And so, like... And a lot of that theory is because, like, your damage comes from your Qs, right? So you just need to have the space to queue.
Front line. What do you mean? Oh, like space, yeah.
Yeah, like Smolder scaled more out of, like, what the comp you had around it and how much Smolder could queue based on, like, just the champ itself. And I feel like the way that Smolder's evolved... I mean, they've nerfed the shit out of it because it was just blatantly OP early, but I feel like that's pretty accurate. So yeah. Anyway. Man, anything else you want to talk about? Or anything else that you, like, want to go over? Or say before me?
I just
I don't know.
I think both those teams are really good. I think Fly is actually really good.
Yeah.
It's like it's more bittersweet, you know, like it's like, man, they really, really could have won.
They had me hoping.
Also, like, just thinking, like, if they hadn't have rolled Genji, like, if they got an LPL team, like, if they got Tess or if they got BLG even.
Yeah.
And I just wish it was double limb. It's the only other thing.
Yeah. I agree with all. Yeah. All right. Anyway, before we're gonna wrap up the YouTube VoD, Keel. Do you want to say anything, and then I'll wrap up the stream after. But I'll do an outro for the YouTube VoD real quick. Anything you want to say?
No. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me. It was fun.
Yeah. No. Thanks for coming, man. This is great. I'll link your socials. Okay, we're rooting for Weibo. I think that we could have T1 Weibo again.
That would be pretty hype, honestly.
Yeah.
As long as it's pushed.
I mean, getting Xiaohu Faker in 2 back-to-back finals this late in their career is actually unbelievable.
And Xiaohu is, like, the most underrated all time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
By the West, at least.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jarvan's low key to go.
Yeah, I mean, Light's been playing insane too. That's a thing that I think is beast. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks for having me.
yeah, YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, likes, comments, subs help the channel out a lot. Follow me everywhere at CubbyXX, and make sure to follow Keel. I'll have everything for him below.